Welcome, my friends, back to Marvel Snap. Angry Luffy, good to see ya. Rich, Paulo, we're going to see the Leech Leader deck. Ooh, we just might. This Friday, you're grabbing the Season Pass, hoping for Mystique, so Patriot deck can finally soar. Oh, yes. It is a huge, it's a huge force multiplier for that Patriot deck. Imba, good to see ya. Yeah, so we were just talking on Discord. I feel like it would be incredible for Patriot to get moved down into Pool 1 or Pool 2. Because it seems like such a great deck to be able to just begin with. Urko, how's it going? Empty Moon, good to see you as well. I feel like the Patriot deck is just wonderful to be able to dip your toes in, get started, start building some synergies. You already have the core of the cards with no abilities, and you have Squirrel Girl as well, but then you're missing some of like the supercharging pieces in the Mystique, in the Ultron, and some of the energy cheats. Silver Surfer also like this, so I think it would be good to actually move it back. We'll see. Maybe the community outcry will be enough. Maybe the devs don't want it, but I just feel like Patriot in Pool 2 makes sense. Still no Mystique, but pinned in the shop, 200 tokens needed. You are so close. Oh, so close. Okay. Let us make sure that the video or the stream settings are up as I like them. Oh, not added to the playlist yet. Get this on the Marvel Snap Streams playlist. And where's my category? It always sets me as entertainment, but no, we are gaming. Now, I hope that we are entertaining as well, but YouTube allows us to differentiate. So here we go. Save me. Seems good. Alright, so if you guys haven't seen the video this morning, we completed our roundup of the Surfer lists. We had done our huge Silver Surfer roundup video with 4 different lists to be able to share with you guys. 2 of them cropped up on the Marvel Snap Zone meta tier list at tier 1 and tier 2, so I was very proud of being able to predict those. But then in the comments, and this is a list that didn't even crop up on the Marvel Snap Zone meta list, this one right here was the most commented list that I had missed out on calling out as being very good with Surfer. So had to build it, had to play it. It is the wifey deck. That's where we're going to start. Mr. Ninja, happy Monday. Hope you and yours had a great weekend. We did, Dio. We had a great time. Ping the Discord. Amazing. Just got your first 1,000 tokens. Not from your gift. There you go, Rich. It's a slow climb, man. Let's pop in the Rude. New Patriot Surfer would be great. Yes, Luffy, you certainly called it. Keeping on waiting for Mystique to show up in the shop because you want her for the multiple decks and you're missing her. Gato, good to see you. So far, we're doing great. Just getting off to our early start here. So the beautiful thing with the Patriot list is that, well, so we have two win conditions. Normally, Patriot lives and dies on just being able to get the Patriot himself. But with Surfer, we actually get an alternate win condition on the list, and we're playing enough 3-cost cards anyway to thoroughly enjoy. I'm wondering if we want to invest in the Wasp here right now. We probably do. We'll play Misty Knight instead, though. We get the diversified win condition of Surfer or Patriot, and we play so many of the 3 costs that the Patriot is already, or the Surfer is already well suited to the Patriot list. And then, of course, the Surfer able to buff Patriot and Mystique, their own bodies. And then we have the Brood giving us no power 3-cost cards. We have the Cyclops, a 3-cost no power card. And then we have the Debris, which is a little bit of a skew because she gets the buff from the Surfer, but then the Rocks get the buff from the Patriot. But it all ends up coming together quite nicely. Let's do away with Atlantis because they only have 1 card and we don't here. So I taught the wife to play Snap It. Yes, I have opened the door and now there's no going back. She wants access to my accounts. We'll see how this ends up playing out. Been a while since you could catch a stream. Glad that you could. Good to see you on the stream, man. This is exactly the issue we found with Patriot. It is so reliant on pulling Patriot to just lose both Surfer. It is much stronger. I agree. It is much stronger. And then the Patriot, or the Surfer. I'm going to keep on calling them probably by the mixed up names. Subs for Debris and Brood, assuming that Doom can be subbed by Ultron. Yes, you could sub Doom for Ultron. And I don't know if the opponent realized that they played the deck even better than we could with that Doc Ock, even in the right order of Surfer hitting later. And then we pulled their Killmonger, which gets buffed by the Surfer. Oh, man. Let's go. Rich, how was your weekend? You have a good time? What can you replace for Doom? So you can be looking to... You have White Tiger, to be able to get the Tiger Spirit that could get buffed and is also able to distribute power to an adjacent location. You also have the Ultron, right, to be able to come down and give you all of those little drones. So if you've got the Ultron, then you probably also run Kazar, and maybe you run Blue Marvel as well. Yeah, the Doc Ock didn't really work out for them. Can we make a Sandman deck? We certainly can. Sandman Leader, that's our goal. Our goal is to either play Surfer or counter Surfer, because he's just everywhere right now. Doc block. I got smashed. We'll play our Squirrel Girl. You did gingerbread houses with the kids. Friends came over. Gave your boys a Switch for Xmas. Overall, just a nice family time. Dude, that's incredible. So, my wife's boss has revealed her hand that her secret weapon for White Elephant gift exchanges was always one of those gingerbread houses in a box. Because it's kind of like, it's like, oh, it's a holiday themed gift, but you know, you have to go through all the effort of building it and actually using it. So it kind of fits as like the White Elephant, a little bit lame. But at the same time, if it's one of those like big corporate events where people can like steal, then the people with kids are like, I'm gonna be a hero tonight, and they yoink the gingerbread house, and then people end up coming back to her and they're like, oh, the kids had a great time building it. Stuff like that. Let's go ahead and deploy the Cyclops. Haven't bought the battle pass, didn't have a Surfer. Your account maintains its purity. For now. Hopefully they get a decent cadence on being able to bring the battle pass cards down into pool 3 so that they're, you know, actually accessible for everybody. Okay, we deploy the Patriot. I think we'll go Wakandan Embassy. And then we're looking at the combo Debris Surfer, Debris mid, Surfer mid, Rock on right. If we draw Mystique, obviously it gets even better. Bearded Grizzly, good to see you. Mysterio in the shop. Should you skip? Still waiting for Dracula. Got 1,000 tokens left. Oh, you're on to those really tough decisions, Beardy. Man, should you skip Mystique? Mystique is normally a buy for me, but if you've only got the 1,000 tokens and you have the Dracula that you're chasing, then I'd say hold out. But it's close. It's very close. I think it's just Dr. Doom. The wave really slowed us down. Is it Dr. Doom or is it Surfer? Because Surfer's going to buff you by 3, and then all this block. And then Dr. Doom adds to Monster Metropolis and gets us the 7 point. Okay, so Dr. Doom represents 12 points. Silver Surfer represents 9, 12, 15. Surfer represents more. But he gives us... I mean, we're tied. We would go up to the win. I guess we'll go Surfer mid. Mystique is so much more valuable than Dracula, though. She is more valuable overall, but Dracula, if like you're really just chasing that... No... Hang on, and this is where we figure out would Dr. Doom have won. We would have been tied on left. Dr. Doom would have come in. Still lost Monster Metropolis, but we would have won the Wakandan Embassy. Would we have? Where we would be down 3. Hang on, we would be up. It would have been a 7 point piece. Up 4. Yes, we would have won Wakandan Embassy. Oh, but wait, would we have lost Atlantis? I think we would have lost the Atlantis because we would be 9 down there. Yeah, okay. So it wouldn't have won either way. Long before Series 4 cards dropped to Series 3, Rafi. The developers have only told us months. They said that they want it to be months for the cards to decay rather than years, so we don't know. How to acquire Surfer? He's in the battle pass right now. Yeah, I would have lost with the Killmonger. Their Killmonger was a killer. How are we doing with this Patriot Surfer? So overall, that first game didn't go our way, but the Patriot Surfer can win in my sleep. Guys, this is a great list. Dennis, you have only 2,000 tokens. All of a sudden, Thanos pops up in the token shop, so you pinned him. Hopefully it won't take so long to get up to 6,000. Hope you're able to find him. Yeah, I hope that they do add some more progression ways on being able to grab the tokens. My guess is that She-Hulk will be the first card to drop to Series 3. Yeah, she was planned as a Nexus event, right? Right around when we got Daredevil. But they had canned the Nexus events. Valkyrie, though, was also planned to be a Nexus event right after Jane Foster. So in terms of, like, the beta release schedule, Valkyrie is supposed to be an older card, but then she's Series 5 instead of the She-Hulk Series 4. I don't know. Getting the 3,900 tokens you need only takes a year. The token collection is so slow, I know. Don't have Brood or Debris. Is Surfer still viable? Yeah, you could just switch things around and run, like... We both flip bar with no name right into the murder world. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, but if you don't have Brood and Debris... So Brood is really the reason that we're running Surfer on the list. But if you don't have Debris, you can run the Ultron and sub out the Doctor Doom, bring in Kazar, and bring in Blue Marvel, and you'll have a good time of it. I'm going to go ahead and play Wasp early. Often a cardinal sin, but in this case, able to grab some extra buffs. Would I buy Thanos? Well, I already did. Thanos is in the collection, so yes, I love my Thanos. If a card is pinned in the shop, can you still unlock that card through the ladder? Yes, you can. I should have Wasped before Patriot. Yeah, I could have gotten Wasp down even earlier, right? And now we have the Mystique, but unfortunate. Honestly, I guess I play it just to grab the buffs. And then we play Doctor Doom for the finish. The Cyclops animation is so sick. Yes, we finally have a justification just to see the animation. Was hoarding your tokens and then got Destroyer, Death, and She-Hulk back to back. Well, and they win. There went your collection. There went your collection, but you have great cards now, so I would feel pretty happy with that development. So if I play the Onslaught, we get +4. If I play the Doctor Doom, we come in with the 7-point Doombot, plus the 6, taking me to 13. Okay, goodness. Victory. Doctor Doom versus Ultron, by the way. Why one over the other? It depends on how much board space you're expecting and how many other tools you have to empower the drones. So you want the Ultron if you're packing Kazar and Blue Marvel. You want Doctor Doom if you are trying to... if you have other cards that are eating up a lot of space, and if you're bringing in other tools rather than the Kazar and the Blue Marvel. Yeah, Destroyer would have won. You play Wong a lot, Teddy. Is Mysterio a good card, but put in the same deck, Wong, Odin, White Tiger, Doctor Doom. Yeah, I think that Mystique with the Wong, getting it to double it is like an insane high roll. Normally you need an energy cheat in there as well, and then the combo just becomes so much less consistent, right? So I do run Mystique in my Wong list if I have Hazmat, or if you run Hazmat Psylocke, you can do it, but otherwise I would stay away. I guess we'll leave the vault open? Oh, we have ways to be able to get extra cards in there at the last second. We'll just go over here. Drop Bass to Series 3, please. Yes! I want Bass so bad. You missed earlier. What's the sub for Doctor Doom on this deck? Go Ultron. But then you're also going to change in Kazar and Blue Marvel. Let's see. Can we really race at the raft? We should be able to. With the Cyclops. Cyclops start, and then it's Squirrel Girl Patriot, and then it's Mystique after that. Why not Rhino over Wanda? I feel like Rhino's getting too expensive. Even though he could grab the buff off of the Surfer, I don't want to pay the extra cost. We could actually just go Debris, right? We get the Squirrel here, we get the rocks everywhere else, and then wait. Where's the wife? Hopefully watching as the deck continues to climb. What if you don't have Mystique for this list? You can still run it. It'll just be significantly weaker. Just being able to get the combo on it to get... Oh, we got the Ultron too. Wowza. But then the vault is locking down. Okay, so it's Patriot here. And then it's like Mystique. With the double onslaught, if only we'd seen the free onslaught before we played the debris, then we could have had space to set up some truly insane combos. As it is, this one is just going to be moderately insane. Teddy using Cyclops, the end is nigh. I know, Simon Cleric. Run from it. Wow. So they leech us. And then have to retreat. Victory! We're still going to be able to drop 14 points on Hell's Kitchen. Wow. Did I say Onslaught as Ultron? I might have. We're kicking the dust off after the weekend, guys. We're getting warmed up. Question, do I know if Captain Marvel sees interactions like Kraven? I don't think she does. I think that Captain Marvel only looks at current power, and she activates before any other end of game effects. Yeah, so I don't think, like, Captain Marvel is not predicting anything. She just looks at the points right when she would activate, and then she goes. $14, not $18. They would have been buffed by the Patriot because the leech hit us. Yes! We got the Patriot down. I think he was hoping that I would be holding Patriot and Mystique together for turn 6, and he would have nullified those together. But actually, he made our hand pretty happy, because when we get leeched, then those cards do get triggered by the... Ooh, Sanctum Sanctorum. I think that's a win. The Patriot will be able to buff cards that have their abilities removed by Leech or Enchantress. Everyone is playing leaders, so tiring. Well, we're going to join them. If you can't beat them, join them in our next deck. I want to build the Morph. Okay. Squirrel Girl. We got a little bit of an answer to Sanctum Sanctorum. But we're going to build the Sandman Leader deck tech. I think we just play the Squirrel Girl. And then... where do I want the squirrels? I think I want Squirrel Girl over here, and then Patriot. Turn 5 Mystique. Let's pull 3 cards besides Arrow, Leader, and Sarah. Well, you're looking at Wong and Mystique as kind of force multipliers for a number of lists. And then you're starting to look at cards that have a more niche application. Do I want the Debris, or do I want... I think it's the Mystique. Mystique and then Debris, then Surfer. But then you start looking at cards that are more for a niche application, but really powerful lists. Everybody plays Leech now. Everybody plays freaking Leech. Got the Wasp. So then it's like Surfer, just because he gets buffed by 4. Debris. And then the Wasp. Alright, my opponent, what do you have? Mr. Negative, can you actually pull this back from the brink? But as I said, rounding out the pool 3 grabs, you're looking at Destroyer, Mr. Negative, Patriot, Dracula, and Death as kind of the linchpins for major archetypes in the game. Cool, KG, you got a gifted membership? That's awesome. Yeah, in the previous video, we had a lot of generosity from some of the members. Okay, so the Zola hitting the Black Panther there was the 33% chance. I'll take those any day. They'll roll our way eventually. You have a question? If you have 0 missions and then spend 120 gold, gives you 2 more. The question is, if you spend 120 gold, it gives 2 missions more plus 2 last, or just refresh and waste gold. So are you saying if you have the full missions? I think if you have the full missions, it doesn't let you refresh. I'm pretty sure if you don't have space for the missions, it won't let you do it, but maybe. Beardy wants votes in chat, Mysterio or Dracula. I would say if you really want to play that Dracula list, then I would keep on saving up. Otherwise, the Mysterio... I mean, if you have Sarah, Mysterio is good there. Would I save tokens for? Daredevil, Arrow, or Destroyer? I think I would save for Arrow. Just because Barrow is kicking so much butt right now. Gold for missions or collect for bundles? I would collect for bundles. You can't refresh if you have more than 4 of 6. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay, Onslaught Citadel is so good for us. Then we just play like Rude. Wait to be able to draw our Mystique. Get the Patriot on Onslaught Citadel and win.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir!
Why do people put Wasp in a deck? Because Wasp is free and she gets buffed by the Patriot for this list specifically. So I get a free card that will be 2 power. I mean, normally she's 3 power because she got debuffed by the Scorpion in this one. Or if I also have the Mystique, then she's actually 5 power. So 5 free power that I can just play comboed with anything at the very end of the game is quite impactful. Why is everyone playing Leech again? Did he get buffed or something? Nope, he didn't get buffed. People just want to be annoying right now, I think. I really have no idea what the thought process is there. Let's go with the Surfer. Now... do I want to play the Squirrel Girl or do I want to play Doom plus Wasp? I guess I'll wait. The Wong is very dangerous, yes. We could be in big trouble. Last 2 character polls were Doc Ock and Typhoid Mary. Use Mary on the Baxter location with 0. Yes. Yes. Okay. Try and stop me. Leech is pretty good against Death, She-Hulk, Silver Surfer, popular decks. Right. Leech is good against lists that are trying to vomit a lot of combo cards and power on the final turn. And he just says, nope, everything you've built up in hand doesn't count. So it's really anti-meta tech right now. That Ironheart's going to be good. Who said top deck Onslaught? Yeah, it sure saved us. No, the Killmonger. So the Wasp to Onslaught Citadel would have... no, wouldn't have won. Yep, they got us. I can't believe that the... we can't win mid with the combination... well, their Tigers are also getting the bonus from Washington, D.C., right? Electro restricts you to 1 card per turn? Yes. Electro will block you. But if you're playing like the ramp Destroyer list, Destroyer can... so you go Electro on 3, Leech on 4, Destroyer on 5, destroy Electro, and then bring out your final turn. And hopefully you've set up armor or something that can survive in one lane that you like prior. I think we like Nidavellir, but maybe we don't like Asgard. Yeah, Mr. Negative has risen once again into prominence. I don't think anybody really expected that to happen. After he got turned into the Neg 1, but they just keep giving him good cards. And then as they try to nerf other cards that are too powerful, like Sarah, she's still good, turns out, and now even better in Mr. Negative because she had a cost taken off of her when she's inverted, right? Said Bookie, Sabretooth, things like that. Yeah, it'll knock out the Bucky Sabretooth. Let's go with debris. And then we're going to go ahead and sneak wasp and a squirrel. So we're getting a rock and a squirrel. Kiln's full. And then we're getting a rock over here. I'm wondering if the squirrel girl is too much. We'll go for it. Why would they bring back the pre-nerf Nakia for negative? I know, it's crazy. Adriel, good to see you. Can't wait for the negative null. Oh, no. Negative null. Yeah, it could be pretty disgusting. So let's see. 4 cards in deck. 2 of them are Patriot Surfer. And the Panther. You're gonna play Zola? If they don't snap, I'm gonna let them take the Zola challenge and then pop the rock. If they go Rock Wong, we win. If they go Panther and anything else, we lose. Or if they don't have it, we win. But we didn't find either of our win conditions. Still sitting in the deck. Here it comes. Rock, rock, rock. Wong, Wong and rock. 50-50. Come on. Debris, give me the win. Oh, there it is. So good to finally see Cyclops in a game. Yep. Is Magic worth pinning? Was thinking of getting her to put it in a negative list. Yeah, Magic is really good. Is the Wong Kanda deck still good? Yeah. I mean, as you can see, it's still pretty good. People are not running Cosmo quite as much, so I think it got a little bit more space to breathe. Null, you think, has to be in Destroy deck, though, doesn't it? Because even if it's flipped, won't its power be equal to destroyed stuff regardless? Is it set its power or add its power? Let's check. But anyway, you would be able to play Null for free, right? Which is the main advantage. And then you just have to be able to destroy things. Mr. Negative could run Venom quite happily. Could also run... I mean, you can run Carnage. You can run Killmonger, but you're not super happy about it. Null. We're just going to play Misty Knight here. Ongoing. Null has the combined power of all cards destroyed this game. Yeah. Okay. So yes. Null would not add the 6 power, but he would be free. Which, in the case of a lot of cards we've seen, is enough to be pretty powerful. Super Scroll may be good when Null gets added. Super Scroll would be able to copy the Null. That is true. It could be some wild combos. Let's get the debris out here. Sebastian, we're doing okay today. We're off to a bit of a slow start, but I feel confident we'll be able to pull things back around. This list is very fun. Cool KG, you're saying that Sentry's going to be your new favorite card? Getting the Void out there? The Void is pretty cool. Let's drop Brood here. So the Brood dies, but the Broodlings stay. And that's all I care about. You suck at math, but it wasn't a 50-50. It was a 33 plus 50. Right. So that's... I called 50-50 after it hit the Wong first, because hitting either the Wong or the Rock first was to our advantage, and then we were in the 50-50 territory where it decided to betray us. We'll go Mystique. How confident are we feeling? Little Alaskan, good to see you on the stream. Null becomes super meta. We might see a lot of Scroll and Rogues to counter. Yes, we're going to need... I mean, you can have a number of different ways to be able to counter, right? Ooh, Dr. Doom. Okay, so this is again the question, is Dr. Doom or Silver Surfer better? And I think it's Surfer, again, because we're buffing six cards. So that's 18 points versus the... Well, it's 18, and then we get to fit in the Squirrel or the Wasp. for another 5 to 23 versus the Doctor Doom that's representing 19. Captain Marvel is not going to be able to win Death's Domain. The kicker is that we want as much power as possible at either Limbo or Hellfire Club. And I guess putting the 7-point Doombot there is it. Right? Because you could buff with the Silver Surfer for 3, and then you can play the 5-point Wasp. Nope, that's for 8. So it's a 9-point Doombot. Yeah, this is better. Alright, we're in. It's always a Surfer. I mean, for animation it is, but I think Doom is better here. Teddy, I know we were talking about Deathhawk. Zabu makes him nuts because you can play Darkhawk Rock Slide on the same turn. Yes, Rich. The Zabu Darkhawk craziness could be nuts. There goes Infinite. And then they get the Giganto. Ooh. Hela doesn't care if an effect discards a card while she is activating. I guess the stack doesn't work that way. My opponent's probably pretty salty about that one. Also, the alert box had been still muted. Now, when everybody subs and follows, we'll get to do the callouts. Work got canceled because of 2 feet of snow you got yesterday? Alaskan? That's crazy. We had like a nice frosting. The wife was taking pictures, enjoying doing the Instagram shtick. 2 feet of snow? I'm glad I'm in the Midwest. Sentry is basically a 416 Hobgoblin with Viper. That is usable. It is usable, but it's hard to combo a Viper on turn 5. The challenge is to be able to get that combo that late. So the opponent's very sad here. We'll want to change over to Scarlet Witch. There we go. Squiggle, thank you for the follow. It's hard for you to climb this season. She-Hulk and Silver Surfer, pretty annoying. I agree. And Leader? Leader has been the biggest stealer of my cubes, I have to say. Leader's been an absolute pain. Yeah, we actually got the Rhino. I'm about to play a Rhino. Amazing. That Angela luck is so bad. Yes, to immediately lose 2 spaces. It's so bad. Scarlet over Storm. You know, I see it as a flex slot. I think that you could run a number of different pieces to success there. Neighbor got stuck in your driveway. High centered his Chevy. Oh man. Jealous here in Brazil. It's hot with rain right now. You want to have some snow, Adriel? I'm sure that the little Alaskan would trade you. Just unlock magic. W or L. Oh, magic is amazing, Petey. Magic is amazing. Huge dub. So if I go Brood, I get 1 Broodling. So that's plus 4 points. Well, and then 6 with the Patriot, and then we double with Doom. I think we're still losing Project Pegasus. But the goal is to be able to win Ruins, and then the Wasp. They're going to move the Nightcrawler. Okay. And they get the Claw. Oh, we got the Surfer. Hang on. So if I go Wasp, I get plus 3 here, which is enough to tie. And then I go Surfer, which puts 6 points here. And then it buffs this to be able to win. If I go Onslaught, I get 9 points here. And it buffs this to win. And it buffs the... Yeah. This is it. We found it. Bunny, thank you for the subscription. What would I say can still improve on reveal in Pool 3 apart from Wong? What are the other on reveal cards that are that good in Pool 3 that you bring in? I mean, Surfer is one of them, and Black Panther, I think, is the other. as like the on-reveal pieces. Hazmat Luke Cage gives you a little bit of a different flavor. Absorbing Man are the upgrades. You can run Spider-Man, like if you're running a on-reveal list. So you have an on-reveal list with Spider-Man and Magic. Then what's really fun is that the Odin can come in on 6 and reactivate the Spider-Man for turn 7. So rather than Absorbing Man copying the Spider-Man, you get the Odin to come in, hopefully trigger a couple things, but then also control the opponent. That can be a really fun combo. Mystique, thank you. Someone played a Luke Cage Hazmat deck against you and it was pretty gross. I know, that's one of my favorite lists. Sven, good to see you. Do we just fix Luke's bar early or do we wait? I feel like maybe we... let's just do it now. We play pretty tight on energy curve here. Helicarrier is great with the Helidex, gives you more cards to discard and play on turn 6 with Hela. I'm gonna have to... If I ever get Helicarrier, we're gonna test it. I don't believe that it's good. But I would be happy to be proven wrong. Arrow can help control the opponent, yep. Just realized Wong Leader is disgusting. It is Looping Moon if you have the board space, because then you just get double what the opponent was able to lay down. Marco, you enjoyed the video teaching the wife snap? Well, thank you. We had a great time putting it together. So, gross turn 6 play with Darkhawk. If you have Zabu out, drop Rock Slide, Absorbing Man, and then the Darkhawk. It's true with Zabu. Zabu looks nuts. Being able to pull off that kind of combo. I think it's like Patriot into the Mystique into the Doctor Doom here. And do we snap? Polaris pulled a Squirrel out. Yeah, I feel pretty good. If they have Shang-Chi, they have Shang-Chi. Leech feels bad to play against. Not if you're playing Patriot. This deck doesn't care. The deck does not care what the opponent does. We could do whatever. Yes, Ladradoon. Renewing the membership 1 month only. Late member. Should have joined earlier. Good to have you on the team. The crew expands. It's great to have you on. Thank you for your generosity, man. Nice headwear. Thank you. This was a gift from the wife. She had us open it on stream. We actually had a great moment opening it. We were pursuing the Shuri... What was it exactly? We were pursuing the Shuri Yellow Jacket meme where the Yellow Jacket goes up to 100 points, but then we were able to play it on Throne Room, so it doubled into 200 points. So we had like the biggest Yellow Jacket that was physically possible to create, and then we got to open the Christmas present early. Teddy played Cerebro 4 against the Cerebro 4 deck earlier. Turn 6, he played Leader as a joke, and they played Cerebro Mystique. Oh no, Sven. Okay. The Cerebro 4 lives on in my nightmares. Mindscape? Mindscape will make us lose our Doctor Doom, but if we can get Patriot down on Onslaught Citadel, I feel pretty good. Are there a good substitute for Brood if you don't have him? Hi, it's not a good substitute. Anything that you substitute is just not going to... Like, if you're trying to run specifically Surfer Patriot... Brood is core. But if you just want to run Patriot, then you don't need Brood. You could run Ultron and bring in the Kazar and the Blue Marvel. How does Shuri turn Yellow Jacket to 100? Alright, so this is the meme. The dream, the meme, whatever you want to say. You stack Forge, and then Wong, and then Shuri, and then you play Odin, Yellow Jacket together. Odin will reactivate everything on the stack. Forge will quad buff the Yellow Jacket. Shuri will quad double the Yellow Jacket. And there you go. You got a free 100 point card. I think it's... Brood is really good, but so is the Debris, right? You play like the Debris, kicks the rocks out, the Squirrel Girl, and then the Wasp. Brood is a top tier Surfer card, unfortunately. Yeah, Brood is suddenly top tier. Nobody thought that was possible. Isn't that OP? Are we talking about the 100-point Yellow Jacket? Yes, that's very OP, but to be able to draw those cards in that exact order is very rare. Very rare to actually be able to get the Yellow Jacket pop off, but it's possible. If you don't have Brood, don't think you should play Surfer at all. I think you can play Surfer with like a Sarah list or a negative list, but if you don't have Brood in this list, I wouldn't play Surfer anymore. Do you forge Shuri or Shuri forge? What are we talking about, Zephyr? You want forge first. Forge first into either Shuri or Wong. Those cards can go down in any order. And then the Odin at the end. For the GGs. We have 20 points on Superflow. And then I top deck my Mystique. I guess it's just Arrow. And then I'll play Arrow here. The reason that I'll play Arrow here... Hang on. Did they morph? They morph the Doctor Doom? We'll be able to debuff the Lizard. What else did we give them? Nothing big.
Oh, snap.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, we bullied them off. Bullied them off. Brood was literally the next card you unlocked from a cache. After Surfer was released, is generally shocked at the luck, which is pretty shit usually. Oh, it's so good. Right, you just want the re-triggers. Then the alternative to that 100-point Yellow Jacket, if you want to extend the combo, is you slip Magic in there, and then... No, you can't. Can you slip Magic in there? I guess you can't. I was going to say, if you could then Taskmaster on the Yellow Jacket, it'd be even better, but I don't see how that could be physically possible. It's sad Brood is almost necessary to have to play Surfer. It is kind of sad, but I mean, it's not necessary. You can still play the Mr. Negative list without Brood, and you can still play the Sarah list without Brood. Quick question, when you reach collection level 1000, do you get 3000 collector tokens, or is that only for those who are already there when the update dropped? Yes. The only gift you receive now is at collection level 500. They will not gift you any other tokens. Z-Man, good to see you. How's your weekend been, man? Got Wong pinned, waiting for tokens is miserable. I know, it's so slow. To be honest, I trade Brood that was pinned in your shop for Spider-Man that you got accidentally unpinned. Spider-Man is a fun one. Let's go Brood to Nidavellir. I mean, that just makes sense. Looking to be able to find our Patriot here with the Onslaught Citadel. Do I think Red Skull and Shang-Chi can be a potential combo, specifically on days where there's a Mur Island or Nidavellir hot location? Oh yeah, Jackie. I love running Shang-Chi on the back of Red Skull. It's so much fun. Early Surfer? Just a little early Surfer for you? Sure. What's a horrible idea, Simon? You were at about 2,900 when the patch came. Where are your 1,200? Oh no, you were 100 short of the mega drop. That's tough. I don't really want your hand, I don't think. 6 cards in hand? Maybe I do. Do they have like a Devil Dinosaur or something? They could have Devil Dinosaur, guys. We could also just turn it off. If I turn it off and then I top deck the Patriot, we're golden. If I don't, we're very sad. Because then we could go Patriot Mystique plus the Wasp for the win. Or I can just see what they have in hand. And I could still top deck the Patriot in that case. What am I giving them? I mean, I'm giving them the Onslaught, which seems too dangerous. Alright, it's too dangerous. We'll just play the location fixer. So if the Evil Genius 2 characters were added to Marvel Snap, what do I think they would do? Ooh, if the Evil Genius 2 characters were added, what kind of abilities would they have? I feel like Max is another like kind of work harder thing. Ooh, what would be a fun effect? I feel like there's a fun effect of debuffs, like it's Typhoid Mary but instead of just hurting the other cards, you get stronger on the one card based on how much the other cards are hurt. So like Max could do something like tax the other cards, reduce their power, but then he gains power. Something like this. Also, by the way, we didn't draw either of our win conditions. I don't know. They didn't snap. Jug? Sure. Agent Coulson? Agent Coulson? What? Why? Why are you playing Agent Coulson?
Victory.
How'd that work with Luke Cage, though? I think Luke Cage would like, make it nullified. You're gonna have to be careful saying null because he's gonna be a card. But if you had Luke Cage preventing the card from debuffing the other cards, I think it wouldn't gain any power. Can you replace Doom in this deck? You can. You can run Ultron instead. Have Doom replaced with Sarah? You could replace with Sarah. Have a Sarah Patriot Surfer amalgamation. That actually seems kind of fun. Capcom characters bundle needs to be released. Yes, Marvel vs. Capcom, please. Red Ivan would definitely destroy... Oh, what would it be? Probably destroy the opponent's most powerful card. Something like this. Wish you were at collection level 1500 and above. Why, Stratos? Do you just want the extra cards, or do you want the slower rate of collection? You don't have Wasp or Brood. What can you play instead? Well, if you don't have the Wasp or the Brood, so the Brood would mean that I would probably drop Surfer from the list, and then you go to like the Blue Marvel Kazar list. But here we just Brood to kill. We're pretty happy right now. Before you got Maximus, you would play Swordmaster for the 3/6 value. Even with the discard deck, he's really good. And Maximus takes him over. Yeah. Max and Swordmaster are both pretty solid. I know the new card, Lady Deathstrike. I think that's a good card to counter Silver Surfer and Cerebro. Lady Deathstrike, I've not seen it. Looping Moon headed out. Good to see you on the stream. It's fun hanging out. Flooding. Okay. What if I don't want it to flood? What if I don't care about it flooding? Kiln and flooding both locking down. Okay, let's play our Patriot. You think the Agent Dream is Quinjet on 1, and then whatever 2, Coulson on 3, finding Nick Fury? When do you set up Devil Dinosaur? You gotta set up Devil Dinosaur in there at some point, right? And then it's Mystique. And then it's the Witch. And then it's the Doom bots. Oh, but it's only at 9. Oh, no. Wasp is actually bigger than the Scarlet Witch here, so we'll wait. 6/3 destroys the highest power card on your opponent's side of the location. Okay. So that's what Lady Deathstrike has. Ah, everybody has been nullified. Abilities taken away. I really wanted the Doctor Doom, but now I can play like... So everything gets +4 added. Debris and Scarlet Witch. 6, 7, 13. I mean, that's pretty good. The Onslaught doubling the Mystique is okay, but I think we already won Kiln. No. Ah, so close. He took our Doom, by the way. Yeah, the Doom, I mean, the Shang-Chi was definitely the play. Being able to clean out the monster. Then we're down by 3. What about Zalika, Z-Man? Zalika. I don't know. I feel like Zalika could have a set of tech cards that are like the Hulkbuster armor that she spawns. She like has a set of 3. She randomly creates one in hand that then is a grab onto the card and upgrade it kind of thing. That'd be kind of fun. Onslaught was still more power? Well, no. Onslaught would not have been more power. And also Onslaught would have died to the Shang-Chi. Been seeing Leech so much. What's the sudden resurgence? It's because it counters Surfer, and it counters Sarah, and it counters negative. So, people love the Leech. Added wave to your ongoing destroyer deck just to tech against the Sarah decks. Yeah, it can be strong. The Sarah decks get really oppressive. Let's go with Brood. I love that Brood got buffed. So then if we just Brood in here. How could it have died? It's only 7 power. The Ultron? The Ultron would have been buffed. Wait. Okay, yeah, so the Ultron would not have died. Because I was thinking that the Ultron was going to get the addition, but he had not been nullified, right? Or he had not had his ability removed by the Leech. Let's go with our Patriot. Do I want Patriot or do I want the Debris? I think I want Patriot here. If we can top deck Mystique, that would be the dream. Leader should be deleted. Yeah, Leader's just very annoying right now, right? Cool KG, is Mantis a good card? Mantis is pretty fun. But she's not that great. I wouldn't say that Mantis is a good card. I just run Agent 13 instead, if you want that card added to your hand. Now, if you were trying to play a mill list, then Mantis is going to be a essential, but I don't think that she's worth it. And we hit. Amazing. What about Emma and Polar? I feel like Emma gives you vision of one of the opponent's plays, but like not turn 5, just an earlier turn. And then Polar probably creates Jotunheim, which debuffs all the cards at the location. Onslaught did in fact have the power removed, so it would have doubled Mystique. No, yes, it would have doubled Mystique, and then Onslaught plus Wasp would have probably won. Because Wasp would have been a 5, and then Onslaught would have been a 7, but then we still lose the monster. I don't think so. I think that we still lose it, but if my tracker is working... This was from today. Hang on, is my tracker up? No. Restart tracker. Okay, we'll never know. If I go Onslaught here, plus Wasp, I feel like we're in a good spot. Because we double this to 14, taking us up to 23. Add the 4 to the squirrel. Yeah. Alright, now the tracker's up. Love the chunky Onslaught. Yep. He's gonna be a big boy. Don't know about Mantis, but Cable is surprisingly annoying. I feel like you should know what card he steals so that you know if it's worth staying in the match, just like with Yondu. Yeah, getting to having the steal hidden, right, is a pretty dark tech. If Cyclops were to have an ability, what do I think it would be? I would love to see something that's like targeting adjacent locations rather than directly across. So you have... What? Excuse me? You arrow into the Juggernaut? Who does that? Also, how did it work? The Juggernaut could have just kicked Onslaught right back, and then they still would have been in a terrible situation. It worked for them, but wow. The balls on that opponent. Hey Teddy, how you doing, man? The climb's been all right. It's great to be here on a Monday morning. I mean, this is the best start to a week that I could have. So a bad day of Snap is still a good day. What are my thoughts on Master Mold? You're gonna have to refresh me, Carlos. What is Master Mold? I've seen pretty much all of the leaked cards, but I don't have a great memory on what they all are giving us. What if there was a card that, like Storm, made Jotunheim instead and slowly became weaker? Maybe a high power 1 cost? Yeah, I feel like something like that could be super fun. Onslaught doesn't move since it wasn't played there. But how did they arrow and jug? Oh, right. How did they arrow and jug? Wasn't there an energy sheet? They were playing like a Quinjet, right? But right, arrow just pulls it, and then jug only knocks across cards that were played there. Genuinely think arrow is one of the least favorite cards in the game. Taking that level of control away from you doesn't really give any counterplays. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's very hard to play around. Could have been one of those cheating bots you were reading about. They do see your plays. Would say that was a bot play. Got a bot play Vision and Bar with no name on that turn, and then play Professor X there. No human would make that play. Yeah. The bots can definitely predict your actions. If I play Debris, basically I need something that's going to get buffed at Kiln to be able to hang in here. But if I go Debris, then on 5 it's Patriot, and then on 6 it's just Onslaught, that could be okay actually. Yeah, Quinjet. I think Quinjet was what it was. Want him to half the power of cards, that'd be cool. For Master Mold, don't have Debris and Doom replace the Thing and Sarah? Yeah, you could do that. Seems like that would be pretty solid, actually. Okay. We did draw Surfer, but I think the Patriot Onslaught is worth it. Got a bunch of dislikes today saying arrows should get the magic treatment. Still stand by it though, except that I think they should still be able to be played, just no ability on turn 6. Ooh, I mean that kills the card though, Simon. Like, absolutely kills her dead. So I can't play the Onslaught now, but I could play the Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom drops his little Doom bot. Does the Doom bot, the Doom bot keeps us ahead of Thor with the Mjolnir. Unfortunately, we don't pass them at Shadowland, so if they pass us at Xandar, they do win. Let's petition to have leader change so only copy cards played at this location. That would be huge. I mean, that kills leader. There's a no energy cheat. How did they play 8 worth of energy? Even with Quinjet, it was 7 energies worth. No, it's 6 with Quinjet. Okay, but now the tracker is up. We can now use this to our advantage. Okay. Where was this loss? If we can expand. Nope. Sorry. Here we go. I'm pretty sure it's this game, right? No, I clicked on the deck. I want the match. It was this one? Oh, replay. Here we go. Okay. So they had Quinjet. Quinjet is making the arrow cost 4 and the jug cost 2. So that's 6. So then they turn 6 jug arrow, which pulls Onslaught and then bumps Wasp. I mean, I think it might not even be a bot play, right? Because you see the stack. I played Patriot Mystique. If I'm playing Onslaught, you want to be able to arrow that away. And then the Juggernaut you just did because it was energy efficient. And if you knock that back, you don't care. Because it won't get the doubling effect from Shuri's Lab because it was not played there directly. So, I give it to him as a solid play. Now, it won't say that these cards were created by something. But there we go. Yeah, so this is the Marvel Snap Zone sponsored tracker that's in conjunction with MarvelSnap.pro, but they're like sister sites. They're trying to get their sites to talk to each other. Completely free, no ads. It works best for a PC. It doesn't work as well for mobile yet, but it gives you that handy replay feature. Moon Girl could have created them? Right. Moon Girl could have created them, Quinjet discounted them, and then they clapped us. So, there we have it. The detective work has succeeded. I know, thank you, Adriel. The game could just have a replay feature, right? That would be super fun. I would love an animated replay where like you get to see the cards all flipping in quick succession and then the whole match just takes like 30 seconds, but you get to see it all come back together. I think that would be super fun. I want a Cyclops, but I also want to... Maybe I don't care about Dream Dimension. Honestly, this list is not energy efficient, guys. On turn 4 and 5, I'm usually passing extra energy, so maybe the Dream Dimension doesn't actually hurt us at all. Do I think we can maybe see some Cerebro 3s today? We might be able to, turn B. Some Cerebro 3s. Leader's a scapegoat? Oh, Leader's a scapegoat. No, but he sucks. My problem with Leaders, no matter how good you get to play it up to that point, it takes the strategy out. I mean, it's just that Leader preys on certain decks, right? And then the Mindscape.
Victory.
Why are we... What happened? I mean, I'll take the cube, but what was going on? Leader does very well against decks that just play power, and he does very poorly against decks that generate their power through card synergies. And that's kind of the trade-off, right? The game needs a play log? Yes, it does. Came from Hearthstone, surprised that he didn't implement any kind of game log. I mean, they're clearly trying to push this one out as quick as they can. I think that we're going to get a game log at some point. Just something to click on the side, game log, or rewind a turn. Something like this. TVA. Okay. I don't like TVA with the pass on turn 2. But if we can find the Patriot, we're still in a good spot. Leader should have 0 power. Oh, a Leader needs a little something because he's missing out on all the card synergies. This is so bad. Okay, then you play to Atlantis. And you wave? Hold on. You're gonna wave in a death list? I'll take you. I'll take your wave and I raise you a Dr. Doom. 8 cubes? What do they actually have? They haven't destroyed anything. Death isn't they can't do death plus something. They can only play death. Are you gonna play Leader? Oh, they're gonna play Leader. Oh no. I thought for sure that was the Leader. Was that a bluff? Were they bluffing Leader? Like, it was obviously supposed to be Leader. Did they think they were gonna top deck Leader? Were they bluffing me? They just play a Killmonger after a wave? I'm sorry. I don't understand. The Leader would have been incredible, right? You play Leader to Comart, like, that's where you snap up to 8 cubes if you're able to play Leader on turn 4 with TVA there, and Kamartaj get double of anything that I played. That was obviously what it was supposed to. Did he forget about TVA? If he forgot about TVA, he wouldn't have, I feel like he wouldn't play Wave. Leader wouldn't be as bad if he didn't look the way he looks. He looks so lame, but he's so strong. You just want better card art? My motivations are beyond your understanding. It is. So, we have cards that could get into Death's Domain, but we don't have them in hand yet. Also, they're playing a destruction list anyway, so maybe we just open it up. Leader looks like Megamind. Can we get... Is that allowed? Can we call up DreamWorks and, like, you know, pay them. What's the royalties? Gotta be on Megamind. They can't care that much about that IP. They let it die a long time ago. Just pay them a couple $100 and get a Megamind leader skin, please. Wait till we get the Modok, the can head with the little arms and legs. Wouldn't Rhino be better in this deck for Surfer Synergy or even Storm? We want something to play on too, and having the location fixer is nice. Okay, so this is our Cyclops. So then, let's go Misty Knight plus Patriot. I just like the slightly cheaper Wanda to fit in on 4 or 5. A couple $100. Listen, the DreamWorks has not, they've just sat on the Megamind IP. It hurts me as much as anybody else. I thought the movie was incredible. Also, star-studded cast, but it's just fallen by the wayside. For all the animated movies to live actions that I would love to see, Megamind might be on one of the top for me. Don't have Dr. Doom for this list and don't know what to sub him with. Ultron maybe? Yeah, if you bring in Ultron, but then I would also run like Kazar and Blue Marvel probably. You could also go White Tiger if you want something a little cheaper but still giving you that card with no ability. Lemuria up quite high. And it's like Brood, Wasp. Do I want the +6 here, taking me to 15? I mean, if they move the vision, then I win. There we go. There we go. I think we were in a good spot. You kids love the Megamind movie? It's hilarious! The Megamind movie is, like, really good. 18 minutes left. Refreshing the token shop. Did you guys upgrade the variant cards or stockpile boosters for the ones that you like? I love the gold borders. I take everything to gold, and then if it's a card I really appreciate it, I take it up to foil and gold, and then if it's a variant, I try and foil and gold it again. And that's been enough to get me up to collection level 4,400. Going like deep into the future, I don't know. I might have to come up with a new system. Is Hela worth pinning or saving for if you don't have Hellcow? No. I wouldn't spend tokens on Hela at all, honestly. And if you really like the deck, if you really want to play the list, then go for it. But otherwise I wouldn't. Mystique is so versatile, you wish you had her. Mystique is very powerful. Wong and Magic do great for this list. Wong and Magic. We were playing Wong just for Silver Surfer. Now I can understand the Magic giving you the extra turn to be able to find the combo pieces. For a moment there I was tempted to play Polaris to bar Sinister, but that just seems a little off base. Is Thanos versatile? Yes and no. He has one good list and then he has a couple weird lists, is what I would say for Thanos. The Thanos bounce list is pretty fun. And pretty competent. Ooh, if we can set up enough 3 costs, then this Surfer to bar Sinister just pops, right guys? It's like Cyclops and then the Polaris, and then you just play a ton of Surfers. Cozy thinks he is. I mean, I love my Thanos bounce list. It's one of my favorite lists. And it's done very well for me. Brood, Debris, Wasp subs. Oh, but this is for so much. If you play Brood, you don't really want to play Surfer in the list. And if you play Debris, so basically I would just change it into a normal Patriot list if you're subbing out all of those guys. Bring in Ultron, bring in Kazar, bring in Blue Marvel. Spend tokens on Death, no regrets. Yeah, Death is like core for that list. Absolutely killer. Okay, we flip first. The funny thing is that we could go like Dr. Doom and then just choke up the entire board so there's no moving or destroying, but they also have the armor, so I don't know why they play the Kingpin here. Surfer? It's like Mystique into Surfer. And then a wasp wherever, right? Okay. We were gonna snap there probably. We got that one. Kingpin on armor, big brain, yeah. I don't know what's happening with these opponents, guys. We'll do a 1 or 2 more here, and then we'll build our leader Sandman list. Spend tokens on Agatha. No regrets, right? I mean, Agatha is a very fun list. You can put it on autopilot to fill up your dailies. Anyone get a second pool 4 or 5 card from reserves yet? It's been 26 reserves for you. Hang on. Last card, feels bad. Yeah, so I've gotten 2. I've received 2 pool 4 cards just out of the caches. I got a Tuma and Titania. They were a little over 40 reserves apart. The way Ben Brode was explaining the pity rule, and I'm pretty sad that we lost Wasp there, but Ben Brode in explaining the pity rule is that they're in blocks of 40. So you get 1 guaranteed a Series 4 card every 40 caches. It's not necessarily 40 caches apart, it's just in a clump of 40 there's 1 guaranteed. And in another clump of 40 there's 1 guaranteed. And there could be your low chance of actually opening one in there as well. So that's how they're explaining it. Which means it could be more than 40 in between them, but then if it's more than 40 in between one set, it's going to be less than 40 until you get the next one. Oh, do I want the Brood? Probably. Brood, and then 5 is Patriot, 6 is Onslaught. Snap, we win. 32 reserves deep, still no pool 4 card. Yeah, Jackson, so like I said. And then also, what sucked was that there was like a warm-up time, they said. So if you started opening caches as soon as the patch dropped, those ones did not count toward your pity rule. Which is like, okay, that's really unfortunate. What if I like abilities on my locations, Rhino? Scarlet Witch will revitalize this ruined landscape. Not sure how you feel about the whole system anymore. It feels a bit too stingy. It is very slow. It's stingy now because everything is coming in on Series 5, and Series 5 is so expensive you get only like 1 Series 5 card a year. But once we see the cadence of them getting dropped down, I think it'll be better. Now, if the cadence is like 6 months, that does feel pretty stingy. But if the cadence is like 3 months, then I'm okay with it. Series 4 pull in the reserves was Coulson. He helped you during the Lamentis meta. The generated 4 and 5 costs were usually good. Coulson seems like one of the better... Yeah, one of the better agents, for sure. Coulson seems pretty fun. Now, how much of an upgrade he really is compared to... Ooh. My opponent snapped? You snapped into just playing Max? Hang on. What was their last turn? Was it Psylocke plus Max? So they have extra energy too? Should Sarah be played in negative Surfer decks? Sarah can be played in negative Surfer decks, Tyler B, but I think you can get away with not playing it. It's good with it. Sarah negative is like back together again now, especially that Sarah got the nerf on her power. Yeah, in a year, all these cards will likely be pool 3 and a lot easier to get for future players. Exactly. Once we get into the point where there's all, like every week, there's a new Series 3 card and a new Series 5. Kawapai with the raiding party of 29 people. Welcome, guys. You came in at a brilliant time. The opponent is second guessing their life choices. We're up to 8 cubes. We're on the climb to infinite. We're banging down Onslaught. This is our play, doubling the Patriot, able to distribute so much power. Dude, I love this list. Oh, is that the answer? It's so many kills. No. Wow. Killmonger has been wrecking us. Man. There goes the 8. Honestly, props to the opponent. Well played. They played it to the hilt. They played it to the hilt. you like Sarah and Negative Surfer, still be caught with a bunch of 3 costs in your hand, so it really helps with that. Yep, yeah, the Sarah Surfer combo is a dream. Time to bring in armor. Yeah, do we need to run armor instead of Scarlet Witch, guys? These are some of the biggest Killmongers I've ever seen. You got your Series 4 on Reserve 38, Rich. Right on the edge of the pity timer coming in. Man, Killmongers are nemesis. That's why you don't run Debris and Squirrel Girl anymore. What have you replaced them with, Jackson? I'm curious. That's why you like Ultron better, because predicting Killmonger is harder. Right, the Ultron just comes in at the end and gives you all of them. I guess I'll play Witch for a little bit of tempo. Killmonger's why you drop Debris from your Patriot. Seem to face nothing but destroy lists. It can happen. We used the same title. Thanos was right, RDG. Yes, thank you. I've loved this one. Oscorp Tower. So apparently Scarlet Witch has decided to defect. We'll play the Brood. Say goodbye to the Witch. Just pulled Hazmat. Have to play her. Yes. Hazmat is so much fun, Eric. Switch Skrull for Mysterio. We could do that. So is pity 40 or 80? You just got lost in the sauce? It's works differently. It's that every clump of 40 has 1 guaranteed. So in the worst case, it will be 78. The worst case is 78, but then the best case is just like back to back. So it's not like it, I don't know, it doesn't reset when you open one. It just lets you keep on going through the clumps. And as I continue to explain it, I'm sure I'm making less sense. Ever tried Haz, Wong, and Luke combo? Oh, Rafa, yes we have. One of the favorite lists here on the channel. We have played our fair share, that is to be sure. They actually gave me, hang on. They gave me Blade? They're so nice. I gave them Witch and they gave me Blade? Wow. What a thoughtful opponent. Can you get luckier and get more than 1 in every 40? I think so. I think it's 1 guaranteed, and then there is a chance in every box of opening an additional 1. That's my understanding. I don't know. I mean, I can play Doctor Doom, which is not that bad. But then they're just going to play what? Hela? Maybe. Anyone remember the ranks where basically every cache gave you a new card? Those were good times. A month ago, yeah. The Doctor Doom for them. And there it is. Don't forget the Wasp. Yeah, we got the Wasp in there. Wasp was super important for us. Okay. Time to be a little more serious. In 8 minutes, the shop will give me magic. I hope it does. Pity timer resets after you get any Series 4 card. I don't think it resets. It's not... Basically, the community is calling it a pity timer. Ben Brode has tried to clarify, saying that it's not a pity timer. It's more like a physical booster pack. So like if you go out to buy a Magic set or a Pokemon set, they have like guaranteed 1 of these rare cards in the whole set. You could get more, but probably not. You probably just get what is guaranteed. That's my latest understanding of how it works. I hope I reach infinite this time. No, the last day of last season was rough. So I have 2 accounts. This account has always made infinite, and pretty early. It was the free-to-play account that was really on the struggle bus. Turns out, when you don't have any of the meta cards, well, you have some meta cards, but you can't build any of the meta lists, you struggle a lot. Let's go Patriot. I don't really want to play the Danger Room. I guess I'll eat the negative power from Necrotia. How many cards do I have on the main account? I have all of Series 3, and then I have just a sprinkling of the higher Series cards. I have Thanos as my Series 5, and then I have She-Hulk, Absorbing Man, Shuri, and Titania, and a Tuma. So honestly, I've managed to dodge like the really low power Series 4 cards. Hopefully when they become Series 3, I'll be able to pick them up pretty quick. 60% of your games, you have 0 win cons. Yeah, you're like just holding your hand and you're like, yep, so the win conditions are still in the deck. And I guess I bluff now. Do you guys see this?
Victory.
District X gave us Brood? Well, that was like, here's a bone. Here's a bone, doggo. You pulled Titania and was sad about it? Oh, Zahawk, but Titania is fun. Titania is fun. Youngest described the experience of 95% of the player base while ranking up. Yeah. Exactly. Looking, locking that Orca? Wait, Rich, you want Orca? Who thinks that Orca is good? I'm curious. So the Orca is like the big boy Namor. I have never seen Orca played against me. What level must be reached for all Series 3 cards? I think it's like 3,500 right now. Yo. This just feels like we can put this on autopilot, guys. All Infinite players should just give away cubes for a better world. Alright, if we lived in a more peaceful world, that would be the case, right? It's confusing enough, you can probably get people with Titania. Isn't it Okra? What? Orca is not in the game, delayed due to bug. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. I was like, I've never seen him. Orca is a card or will be a card? Yes, so Orca was revealed in the devs when the devs were talking about what was to come, and apparently has been delayed due to a bug. So these are broodlings prior to a Patriot buff, already at 7. Because they got buffed by the Wakandan Embassy and they got buffed by Washington, D.C. And then we're going to hit them with the Patriot Mystique, the Onslaught. Oh, Patriot Mystique is gross. Wonder if it will get nerfed. I've been thinking that for a while, Mystique should get nerfed. Honestly. She seems too flexible. Make her a 4-cost. Orca is the worst Namor. He's more expensive, right? But then he's a little bit more power. If you could add Spider-Man villain with an appropriate ability, who would I add? If I could add any Spider-Man villain, I'm not... Ooh. Who would we add, guys? Spider-Man villains. No way. You had the read on the Cosmo? Excuse me? That's crazy. So Cosmo, Mystique is an on-reveal to be able to get the ability, and then she becomes ongoing. So the Cosmo prevents her from being able to grab the Patriot ability. What helps? What helps? The Onslaught just for 18 points seems pretty good. But also, I mean, I could Onslaught here. I get the Patriot doubled, so then the Squirrel... No, because she doesn't have... Oh, no. Have they actually weaseled their way out of this one? We could go Cyclops up to 8, and then the Surfer buffs him again, but that's not even as good as just playing the Onslaught. What are they going to play? And how are you 8? Oh, the Wakandan Embassy plus the doubling. 18, but I have so much to try and pass up. Wow, this is gross. I think we retreat. Yeah, we're out. We're out.
Escaped.
Iker Mari with the donation. Thank you so much. $15 donation. Yo. Really been enjoying vids and the Discord, so wanted to throw a little support. Dude, that helps us out so much. Thank you, man. Generosity is incredible. It really does help us support what we're doing here at the channel. I got 9 from Surfer on mid. Would I have been able to pass them? From Silver mid? If I played the... Yeah, I mean, the Cosmo is just a bad beat. We'll turn off the Isle of Silence, give us some more flexibility. When does the coaching start, Rich? We're getting it set up, and then we are working out when, well, how best to set up the sponsorship that the coaching is going to provide. Can you tell me a good deck that doesn't involve death? Haven't unlocked her yet, and man, is it hard to progress. Locations like Lamentus, cards like Galactus have caused you to lose so many ranks. Well, anything with Sarah right now is hot. Anything with Mr. Negative right now is pretty hot. Death does fill a solid spot. If you can build a well-rounded discard list, you'll do pretty well. It depends a lot on what you have in your collection. I don't know if I want the debris. The debris is going to choke away so many spaces. Cyclops mid, Surfer right. Cyclops was mid. Okay, well, Killmonger's going to answer all of that. Then we go White Queen. Token shop refresh. Unfortunately, we are very token poor. We picked up Absorbing Man in the previous stream out of a lot of peer pressure from the audience, and now we're going to have to rebuild our stockpile. Ongoing Destroyer, if you have it, is the best pool of 3 you have. Yeah, Ongoing Destroyer is going to be very solid. Dear before Galactus. Galactus is disgusting right now. Goose in your store, but holding out for Sarah. Sorry, Goose. Goose is fun, though. I, at first, put no respect on the Goose. Are you kidding me? I took their She-Hulk, and then I drew a She-Hulk out of District X. Does District X give you the same 10 cards? No, this is theirs because it has the border. And this is from District X, it's true. Okay, so we play a 1-cost She-Hulk, a 1-cost She-Hulk, and then the Enchantress. And we snap. Pog. Daredevil in the shop. Daredevil's pretty good. Goose is so much fun with Surfer decks that mostly run 3 costs these days. Right, so the Goose lets you play all of your combo pieces and then will probably prevent the opponent from doing what they want. Here's the thing, the opponent knows that we got it. So, but do I care? Do I care if they know? Maybe not. Do you have a Shang-Chi? They could have anything, it's District X. The question is, do I want to invest to be able to pass them at Avengers Compound or just shore up where we're already winning? Because we could go like this, right? Yeah, let's play it like this. That's normally my tactic, is that if you can pass the opponent, basically if you can present a play where you're winning all 3 lanes based on what you've played, regardless of what the opponent is going to get. And then the M'Baku for the disrespects. Teddy Destroyer, do I get him with the last 1,000 tokens, Rich? So he's not as good as he once was, but he was good once. If you know the country song. Hang on, take me to my shop. What did we get? Hey, M'Baku! You can stay in the shop, my buddy. You can stay in my shop. Lost so many more games than you could count against it. Yeah, Thanos is in the shop. Should you buy it, Jackson? So if you want a very fun card, buy Thanos. If you want a very competitive card, probably save your tokens. I think Bast is more competitive. But Thanos is good. The Thanos bounce list, I have about a 60% win rate with my Thanos bounce list, averaging about 2 cubes a game. It's pretty fun. M'Baku just makes me laugh when I see him. Exactly. He comes out, aww. A little silly. Every time someone loses to leader, it's always just pure disappointment. I honestly believe the leader is the most unfair card in the game. It just sucks to lose to. Yeah. All you have to do is stay within 4 points of the opponent's tempo, and then you got him at the end, right? Do I go Cyclops to Warrior Falls? Are we worried about him dying? I don't think so. I think I'll go to Warrior Falls. Got M'Baku from the Collector's Cache, Sag. So honestly, M'Baku from the Collector's Cache, if you just had M'Baku, you could run him in a Lockjaw list. We'll just poke the opponent now. Try and anger them because they lost that card. And then I'll play the Squirrel Girl. Yep, there it is. When are the friendly battles coming to the game? Maybe in the next update? I believe it is going to be the next update. They're saying in about a month. And so I don't know if that's still going to fill the promise of within this year, or if it's going to be at the very beginning of January. But it's right around the corner for friendly battles. Imagine this. Their leader is about to win by copying your card, and then Umbaku. But then, oh, yes. So they stayed so close with leader, and then Umbaku actually wins you the game. Yeah. Leader is popular because of how many decks vomit points on turn 6. Exactly. When you see the opponent in high tempo cards, expect leader. Right. When they're playing the early high tempo and not setting up for one of the other meta lists, leader is probably going to fill in. But even if you expect leader, I don't know. What do you do? I was losing on left, and then the leader would take them to winning on right. So there wasn't actually an answer that I had to the leader. It would just be a retreat. And retreating without actually, like, I don't know, just retreating instead of while you expect leader feels like a losing scenario as well. You're in shock you've never seen so many retreats at early turns. Welcome to, I guess, my specific sled of opponents, or maybe my competition bracket. People do it all the time. I'll go debris to Necrotia, I suppose. Yeah. Haven't had a good card in the token shop in 8 days. No. Only worth it if you have the rest of the Destroyer Synergy cards. But you get pretty much all of them in pool too, right, Hame? Cerebro 2, Umbaku, Gogo. I don't have the... Ooh, you're not going to play the Stark Tower? So is this just Surfer now? Grabs the buff from Stark Tower, buffs the Kiln, buffs the Debris. I feel like we're in a good spot. Umbaku Cerebro kind of pog, to be honest. I don't know. Is he?
All systems go.
Is that good? Ah, that Hobgoblin sucks. Alright, we'll bounce. Should you save for Thanos or use your 3k on Dracula, Lockjaw, Hellcow to complete the discard deck? Honestly, I'm starting to be of the opinion that you should not spend tokens. Like, if you have... So basically, if you have a meta list, just one complete list, then stop spending tokens on pool 3 cards and just hoard for the shiny new toy like the She-Hulk or the Null, something like that. Just hoard the tokens until we see how quickly cards decreased in cost. Detlev, thank you for the subscription. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm starting to shift my recommendation. Until we can see how quickly cards are going to be brought down into pool 3, just hoard the tokens, make sure that you have one solid meta list to be able to climb with, and then beyond that, be hoarding. Because pool 3 collects so much faster, just quote-unquote free-to-play, through the natural credit progression rather than with the token shop. And then the tokens collect so slowly that if cards are going to be staying in like the Series 5, Series 4 for a long time, if you're spending tokens on Series 3, it's like almost tokens lost compared to how long it takes to collect the tokens versus the Series 3 cards. I hope that's explaining, like, it's giving a clear idea of why I'm thinking this way. You did buy Galactus, don't think he's leaving Series 5. Exactly, I don't think Thanos and Galactus are ever leaving Series 5. Oh, they snapped, so I didn't actually press end turn. Apologies to the opponent. It would be great if you had Lockjaw for that Lockjaw list. Any other possible use? Maybe Cerebro 2? Yeah, you could play Umbaku in Cerebro 2. Gives you that extra kick in the pants to try and be a little bit more efficient. If we can hang on with Superflow, we could actually have Mystique copy the Onslaught, which is always amazing. So I think it's Cyclops here, and wait. I hope they don't. Last thing you want is more Galactus players. Yeah. Interesting. So the opponent is deciding to sack the Superflow. Well, they're winning super flow. They're sacking the vault. They'll try and get in to help the vault now, but I have both Patriot and Surfer. And if I can only top deck the Mystique, baby. Never mind. It's Taylor's choice. I didn't get the Patriot. I get the Wasp. The Doctor Doom. There's the Surfer. Nope, we're done. When you finish Series 3, you earn more tokens from caches. Right, Tyler. So anytime that you would pull a Series 3 card, they give you 400 tokens, which is way worse than the 1,000 tokens that you paid to get the specific Series 3 card early. So you have to open 2.5. You have to have the same chance of opening 2.5 Series 3 cards to make the tokens back that you spent on them. So that's where just like hoarding the tokens is better, right? One more. One more. Let's end the list on a win, and then let's build our new list. Is Galactus really that broken? Can someone explain to you why? Urko is probably the resident community expert on Galactus. He wrote Galactus up to infinite. There's a lot of tricks that you can play. Doc Ock is sneaky good right now with how many people are running the synergistic decks. Doc Ock has kind of always been the sneaky good card. I would definitely agree with that. He's looking very solid. No, I feel sad about your token shop. Oh no, Rich. Playing Ramp Galactus is a lot less predictable than Wolverine Death Galactus, so you're safe from the Cosmo counters. You're doing it too, Hame? You're also becoming the Galactus player. We can play our Patriot and our Mystique to the big house, which protects them from enchant. Well, they're playing Lady Sif, so we don't care about protection from Enchantress. We have the Doctor Doom. So honestly, let's go Cyclops here. But yeah, Ramp Galactus is just looking really good. You bought Lockjaw, discard deck cards with all your tokens, and now it's not the meta. It's still good. It's still good. Just because not everybody is crying about it, it's still a really good list. Run Gambit in there. You could run Silver Surfer in there. It can pop. Let's get our Patriot down. Hang on. It's like Squirrel Girl and then the Patriot, right? And then it's Mystique, Silver Surfer. Winston, good to see you. Unfortunately, Galactus showed up 2 days before Thanos for you. There it is. That was the difference maker. Killed the squirrel. Sacrificial squirrel. Thank you for your service. Now if I play Mystique here, I get +6 off of the Surfer. If I play Mystique here, she copies the Patriot, and then the Surfer comes in to be able to buff all of these guys. We're getting +6. We're getting just so much at Mir Island, but it's overkill at Mir Island, right? We don't necessarily care about that. I think we're good. Is Wave the best counter to Silver Surfer? Wave's a good one. I don't know about best counter. Wave slows it down. We outran the Giganto. Though honestly, when the list is playing Giganto from hand, something's gone wrong. You agree, Teddy, but Death is in your shop, you're buying her now. After that, you're saving for null. Yeah, so exactly, J-Deuce. Like, if you have a list that you really want to play, do it. Being able to have a list that's going to help you climb to infinite and then pull all of the rewards out of this track, in the long run, is going to help you a ton. So, definitely make sure that you have a good meta list that you enjoy first, and then hoard your tokens. Okay, new list. We want to play... What are we going to replace? Probably this Silver Surfer list is going to go. Okay. Sand Madness. So we're going to go Sandman Control. And I've been thinking a little bit about this. I don't know, chat. We might be building this one mostly together. if we go, we want to be able to stop the meta. And the meta is Surfer, Negative, and Sarah. So, we bring in the Sandman, and we of course bring in the Leader. What do I think the S tier decks are? The S tier decks right now are definitely... I would actually put this one up there. So it's like She-Hulk. She-Hulk Barrow is an S tier. And then if you can get Bast into the Mr. Negative list, he's S tier. And then the Sarah is just really solid. And then on the control side, it's probably the ramp control. So I guess we do play. Do we turn this into the Electro ramp, but with Sandman teched in? Sandman Leech with Leader? Or do we just run Leech? Do we run Electro, guys? Probably, right? We like playing on curve. 3-2, Electro. So tired of saving tokens for any card. It's so slow, I know. But yeah, meta is Leech and you want to cry. There's one content creator, I forget who he was, but he was saying like Leech should never be meta, and now Leech is meta. Should build your good dog deck and give it a try. I want to do this one first though. So Electro, Sandman, Leech, Leader. Then we run in the Destroyer, right? Big boy. Has Midnight Suns coming along? It's super fun. So right now Midnight Suns is looking like I'm going to be stocking up the content and then finding a good way to distribute it over like the Christmas holiday. So we're going to be coming back into Midnight Suns with a vengeance. It's going to be, I think, a super fun playthrough. I'm going to be in a different... I'm traveling for the holidays. So we're going to try our best to keep up the content. Dara JN brought him into the meta. Well, curses on Jara. I would love to do a collab with you, Dara, but curse you for bringing in Leech. Wave really stops the Ceratex. Maybe Sunspot would be good. Yes, Sunspot is a great idea. Sunspot is brilliant. My 1-1. 1-1 Golden God. Max plus Leech? I don't know about Max plus Leech. We probably want the armor here. If we're going to be running the Destroyer, we need at least a little bit of tech. So it's like we flesh out the list with the armor. Nope, my shiny one. Thank you. And then we also bring in... what was I just going to add? Daredevil. And then with the Daredevil, we also run Professor X. There he is. Psylocke and Cosmo. Arrow. I tell you to wait in the shop and then I use the Destroyer that's sitting in your shop. Listen, if you have Electro, I think this list is great. Favorite deck is Bishop, Falcon, Collector, Falcon Beast, Angela, and then the 1-drops. The bounce list is so much fun. Yes, I love it. Okay, 3 cards to be able to round out our tech. We need a card that sees with the opponent's hand for at least a turn. That would make Leech actually helpful. Ooh. Get a sneak peek at what's in the opponent's hand. That would be fun. That is a cool card effect. I'm surprised it's not already in the game. Captain Marvel? Attuma into Professor X if you don't have Sandman in hand. I do technically have the Attuma. We could play the Attuma. Alright, where are you? Let's try him. Because we have both armor and Professor X, right? The only thing that we don't have to play Attuma with is the 0, but that's like that's a different list, right? Wave does let us cheat out something early. And then Cosmo would be control. So I like to have Sandman on turn 3. And then what? Yeah, we can play on curve. I mean, we could, but that's like a lot of energy cheats. Do that many decks run really big cards that Shang-Chi is going to be able to kill right now? I feel like the Surfer meta at least does not build anything that Shang-Chi can kill. We can still run Shang-Chi. Let's try it. Shang-Chi for now. And then sure, we'll go all energy cheats. Psylocke, where are ya? Psylocke, my 2-1. Here she is. Wave Electro is good. Wave Electro. Right, so it's like Psylocke or... I probably take the Psylocke here. It could be the Wave. Let's get this one up. Destroyer. Save me. Update the deck list. And then update the link to the deck list. Streamlabs always breaks the link to where it's trying to find this picture. Nope, deck lists. There it is. Take us in. We could go max leech, but I don't know. With Wolverine and Bucky already in the game, what do I think Dark Phoenix will do? Dark Phoenix is going to resurrect a card that's been destroyed, and if it's Jean Grey, it gets a buff. Maybe use Enchantress to remove Electro's ability? We could. Psylocke can make turn 3 Sandman, or 4 Professor X, and Wave can do turn 4 anything, same for Electro. Yup. We're missing all of our early cards. Not a great start for us. Here comes Psylocke. Psylocke into a nice early Leech. Probably should play Cosmo. Maybe we want to play Cosmo. Here's the thing, I'm not too mad. Because we get the Atuma and the Destroyer now. Without any downside. But that was our own Leech. You pulled Super Scroll? Think it could work in any decks? So, Uwawa, the Super Scroll is really, like, it's a weather vane to the meta. It's not like it has any decks that it necessarily synergizes with, it just synergizes against other decks. And so, you're looking if in the meta it's popular to run effects that Super Scroll would like to steal, which right now with Sarah, there is. So, I think Super Scroll is good right now, but just as like a flex card. Wolf, thank you for the follow. That's why you love Morph. Yep. I guess I'll just play the Daredevil. I don't have anything else. We don't have anything to do. Like, I could play... I'll hold the Shang-Chi. I guess we'll look to fill... No, filling the wrap doesn't even help. Meh. I should ran Zero and Typhoid now. Yeah. Oh, perfect. They had Mr. Negative into Jane, so they got the true high roll. And now we're sitting on the final turn. This is where you play Leader. Normally. I can play the Destroyer. But like, Mr. Negative is able to do so much. I don't think we actually beat them. Getting the Atuma the Destroyer is fine, but they had a hand of 7 cards. A bunch of them were free. Psylocke in your token shop now, but you have 0 tokens. Is it worth the pin or not? You have Electro and Wave, by the way. I wouldn't buy Psylocke with tokens. Now, the energy cheats overall are very good cards to try and acquire. But I would wait. Yeah, they have Iron Man for sure, right? You have Absorbing Man in your token shop. Ooh, baby. Absorbing Man is fun. Absorbing Man, we were testing that on the previous stream with our Kingpin control list. Got Destroyer at collection level 615 approximately. Is it good? Oh, Destroyer is so good. And Destroyers are very good for a budget list. Don't mind if I do take your Sunspot. Can you put a little bit of energy on it for me too? I would love that. Leech needs a shirt saying no fun allowed. Variant art. No, there goes the Destroyer. Okay. Let's go Sandman. They have the Lockjaw, but now they give us Yondu and Sunspot. Just got Wave, now to find a deck to use her with the cards that you own. Wave is really good in a lot of different things. I think you're going to find some great opportunities there. Playing Armor feels weird for turn 4, but we can't play the Atuma without some setup. You go with the Jubilee. Well, you got Maria Hill out of a reserve for your first series score. There you go, Mohammed. I mean, you can play Maria Hill with the Dino list. I just don't think it's that great. Lost 8 cubes to Ego just now, but Honor is worth more than cubes, Simon Cleric. Let's see. Wow, we're getting shut out. Though, what if we just Professor X the mid, and then Shang-Chi Monster Island? You're gonna Wong? Sorry. Now, do we feel confident enough to be able to just win? They snap? Alright. Take a run at me. If you're running Sandman, might as well run Electro. They had the space for the leader, and we didn't. Disgusting. Wow. You have Jane Foster in your shop, but Thor was like the third card you passed in your token shop. Yeah, so Jane can play on her own in the Mr. Negative list. She doesn't necessarily have to be with Thor. And this is a beautiful line for us. Hey Daddy, introducing the wife to the video game streamers and wanted her to see us first. Could you please give her a shout out to Gina? Great to see you on the stream, Gina. Hope that you enjoy hanging out on the stream. We have some fun out here. Actually just had the video this morning of teaching my wife Snap for the first time. It was a ton of fun to put together. Let's get Electro down. Professor X, Leader, and Destroyer. Oh, what a list. What's a good sub for Atuma in this deck? You're gonna run, I mean the Warpath is the classic, right? You could run any other 4 costs that gives you good tempo. Or you could run the Cosmo for a little bit more control. And then Professor X says we win this one too. The opponent feels good. That free 6-drop that you have no place to be able to play, eh? This is where they have to retreat, right? They have to retreat. You actually won 8 cubes earlier today by predicting the leader play, skipping turn 6, winning by a point difference. You had the soul read on the leader? No way. Now do they just rope us until they retreat because they're mad? I think the opponent's a little mad. Oh man, running the Robbie with the super chat. Thank you for the donation. Chipping in the $2. Thank you, Daddy. She loved it. Well, we love having you guys watching. It's great hanging out all together. Running the Shuri Red Skull Taskmaster deck, it is so good. Thanks for the advice. I love to hear it. Great bookworm. And Lacus, thank you for the subscription, guys. Oh, they snapped. They can't retreat. No, I snapped. They didn't snap. We're just waiting. They're roping us. They're mad. What's a good sub for the Destroyer? Ah, there they go. If you're going to sub out Destroyer, I would bring in Hobgoblin. Because the Hobgoblin is pairing pretty well with the Ramp and then also the Daredevil. Might run Sandman later today. This is genius. The Electro effect is amazing. It is pretty fun. Now, unfortunately, it never goes away, even if the card gets like destroyed or sent over to the opponent. But hey, Best mobile game of the year. They're still working out some of the kinks. Really hate Professor / Destroyer decks. Hermit's crap. Well, that's why if you can't beat him, join him, right? Any sub for leader, or is he irreplaceable? He's very good. You could... What would we tech out to be able to run him? Let's go Electro. What would we replace leader with? You could play like Dr. Doom? No, probably not Dr. Doom with Professor X. Just some other... What would it be? Instead of the leader. I mean, again, you could go to that Hobgoblin. Yeah, the bots play the bounce deck now. Do we just wait to Destroyer? Yeah, you could play Spectrum as well and tech it into the ongoing Destroyer list. I think we just wait. It'll kill the Sunspot, which is tragic, but with a Limbo and then all the time that we have... Yeah, here we go. Okay. Never mind. They saved us. The person is just trying to play his Thanos list. Kaz, good to see you. Devil Dino on the list? Devil Dino on the list. Hang on. So, do I want my Spectrum alive? Or my Sunspot alive? He represents a lot of power. But I could kill the Electro and then be able to play whatever I want. I could also play the Sandman, which cripples this opposing list completely. Like, they cannot recover from it. I don't think. Wow. Choices. I'm going to play the Destroyer and I'm going to keep Electro and Sunspot. And then the goal is to be able to catch him with the leader at the end. Do we think it's worth waiting to save another 2,800 tokens to get Galactus, Kaz? Galactus is very good. I don't know if he's worth saving that many tokens for, though. We don't have anything yet that the Shang-Chi clips, but he will be able to catch their bishop later on. I could play leader now, but I kind of want leader on 6. I could play a Tuma, just for mega points. But then catching them here, it's going to be, I guess, leader and then the Shang-Chi combo. Okay, I'm good with that. Oh, put in Magneto. Magneto would be good in place of leader. Wow, they went for the big boy. So Thanos, if he gets the plus from the Power Stone, does take them up to winning. Which is kind of crazy. We could Professor X to limit the lane. And then play the Shang-Chi after that. Which is good. I could also leader to maintain the advantage. And then Shang-Chi after that. It's always going to be Shang-Chi killing Bishop, right? Galactic, that looks fun to play. Yeah, Galactus looks super fun. So a standard Cerebro 2, what would be a good Brood replacement? Replacement? Well, it's anything that costs 2. Like, Cerebro deck just builds itself, right? I guess I'll leader here. Is Atuma worth the 3,000 collection? You have all 1 through 3. Just asking. Atuma's not worth it. I got Atuma randomly from a cache. I would not spend tokens on Atuma. I would say that went pretty well for us as far as leader plays go. And then they just have to say goodbye to their precious bishop. And we keep on stacking the Sunspot. They do run Killmonger, right? The Thanos Bounceless will run Killmonger. But if they pop the Killmonger, sure, they win Elysium, but they're not going to win Limbo, and they're not going to win Nowhere. Now, do you have... They haven't actually kept good track of all the stones. Galactus with Doc Ock is super fun. Oh, I should have put leader on right. Yeah, leader on right to be able to counter the Thanos getting the plus 10. Though, that would take me up to 31. Technically now, with the... Well, he would be 5. Take me up to 32. We'd still be a point behind with their combo of Kazar, Blue Marvel, Soul Stone. Okay. Power Stone. And then the Gwynjet. Ah, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So close, so close. It's a shame Atuna is just not that much better than Rescue or Jess. Exactly, you have like just a different play restriction to try and mess around with him. Loving the discard deck, Hermits. It's pretty great. Not as Vixen. Good to see you on the stream. Leader Right wouldn't have worked because of Nowhere. Yeah, Leader Right was not the answer. Paid 6,000 for Valkyrie. It's funny because you hated her, now you love her. But your luck after the 40 reserves was Galactus yesterday. Loopy, that's insane. You can Galactus into the Valk Fixer. That's so good. Okay, we've got the armor blocking, protecting the Sunspot, setting up the Atuma. I feel like Limbo saved him there. Yeah, I mean, Limbo did. It gave him the time to be able to find all the stones, right? Do you buy Agent Coulson in the token shop? No. I would not spend tokens on Coulson. Atuma plus armor is very good. It is. And so is Atuma plus Professor X. But also, like, you could just play something else. Rayman17, thank you for the membership. Joining up the first adopters, the community grows stronger. Thank you for the generosity. The support for the channel helps us a ton. For Atuma into Professor, it's all great. Yeah. It gives you that extra point of power. Oh, sweet. So you're Austin joining in on the Twitch side this time. Well, good to see you on the stream, man. Valk is so good for Cerebro 3. Yeah, Valk is kind of nuts for Cerebro 3. They have Daredevil. Daredevil means that I can't do my cheeky Professor X play, though. Ooh. We can... I mean, I could just... This is just playing straight up Destroyer list, right? You Professor X, and then you Destroyer. Or we Leech. I think it's just like Professor X on mid. Freako Pain, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Typhoid Mary in the shop. I wouldn't spend on the Typhoid Mary. Made a deck, can I evaluate it? Sunspot, Iceman, Mantis, Collector, Cable, Scorpion, Morph, Shang-Chi, Moon Girl, White Queen, Professor X, and then the Infinite. Seems like a fun list. I would recommend running... spicy. I would recommend running Storm with the Infinite, because you want to be able to lock down a lane early. Okay. Destroyer can't really catch up here, can he? But... no. They're going to easily be able to produce the extra points they need at the Bifrost. Alright, we'll bounce. What other deck do I vibe with? I mean, I really like discard. I really like the have some crap control list that's just trying to push junk over to the opponent's side of the board. That might be my favorite one to play. I also really love the bounce list, one of my favorites. Do I think the community event is unrealistic, Mr. Doctor? So honestly, I've not looked at it. As a PC player, I feel ostracized from the events because I can't connect with them. I would have to boot up my emulator again to be able to get in and even see what it's all about. I haven't done too much with the community event. I think they'll be able to make it, though. If he copied your leader and then played it, your Destroyer would have won. Ah, if our soul read was that he was going to play leader and then I play the Destroyer, but then he copies the Destroyer, yes, I would have won. But that's like a whole intricate rabbit trail. But this is super good for us. Electro drops on Isle of Silence and then doesn't give us any penalty. Yeah, the event is fine. It lasts a month. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Isn't Professor X into Daredevil kind of bad? Well, yeah, but it was at the lane that I was winning. We could have leeched instead, I suppose. But I mean, that's still been a low tempo play. Let's see, so you Psylocke, Wong, Mystique, Shuri, and then 48 power Galactus. That's your meme. Gala deck nobody would expect on turn 6 with the 48 power. Psylocke, Wong, Mystique, Shuri, and then the 48 point Galactus on turn 6. You're right, nobody's gonna expect that one. That's crazy. Let's go with Sunspot. Sunspot. Psylocke? Or just wait? I think I just wait. Invisible Woman combos with Atuma also. What? Invisible Woman combos with Atuma? How does the Invisible Woman combo with Atuma? Does he not get destroyed if like it's the end of the game? You got rank 106, you could meme all month. Now you bring the Chilling On Omega deck. That's awesome. Leader is sitting in your token shop for 1k. You only have 2.5k tokens. Is Leader worth it or should you hold for a better card? I mean, I think that Leader's a pretty dang good card. You're not going to see too much better out there. Killing the Electro is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Some of you may die. Yes, because the game ends. Okay. Wow. I've never seen it played together. That's quite interesting. So, the game is over and he's not able to destroy himself. They just all reveal. Okay. I don't know if that's working as intended. Maybe it is. The game ends and Atuma does not have time to commit suicide. You just had Lamentus 1 into Bar Sinister. You feel so dirty after playing Scorpion into Bar Sinister. Yes. Just kill it all. And now we win. Because I leader, right? Leader just wins. Leader here. Whatever they play, I copy. Whatever they play, I copy. Who would commit suicide when they have Susie next to them? Atuma. Atuma's just got an underwater freak, I guess. You bought Gala Thanos and unironically Coulson found Cage and She-Hulk in the caches. Yo! The Cage and She-Hulk in the caches is incredible. I got the She-Hulk myself. I had to buy her. And then I had to buy Cage as well. My cash pulls were Atuma. Avengers! Yep. There we go. Leader stays winning, guys. I lose to Destroyer? Yes, I would have lost to Destroyer. But I won to anything else. I would have won to Shang-Chi. Yep, Leader's just chilling. Snap and Leader. It seems like a lot of people are not running Shang-Chi. Can Series 4 and 5 drop from the boxes before 1000? Yes. Oh, before 1000? Yes, it's from 500 on. 500 on, you get the chance for Series 4 and 5, I believe. It's any cache. Or are you saying, is it like the difference between the cache and the reserve? Like, do only the reserves have it? I think they all have it. Not running Shang-Chi is a crime. Many people commit it. Many people commit it. You got Helicarrier and Coulson so far. Well, Mr. Doctor, it seems like you're on track for that, Hala? Can I get the opponent to kill my Electro at Hala? Or can we... Ooh? Maybe yes? Oh, they're gonna storm. Okay. So now we get the Professor X. Okay. So we just Professor X here. They're gonna answer to flooding probably. Your 2.5% in cash chance is giving you Helicarrier and Coulson. You are conflicted. Yes, what are they planning? They have Sarah in the token shop. Should you buy her? Sarah is one of the best Series 3 to buy. They got the Wong. So the game plan is to win flooding for them. I kind of want whatever they play. But also, like, is it Panther? If it's Panther, I get the Panther before it reveals for them. If they play Panther, I can play Shang-Chi and try and kill it. If I can maintain... Yeah, so I guess I'll play Leader. I'll play Leader and see what we take. And then maybe we play Shang-Chi, maybe we just play Sunspot. Okay, it is the Panther. Make it the double. Please flip for... No! The true coin flip has betrayed us, chat. It's true random on if it's a dead tie who gets initiative, and they got the initiative. So that means I can't... I mean, are they playing Zola? They're probably playing Zola. If they play Zola, they win on margin of victory guaranteed. No, they don't win because then I would win neg zone. What are they playing? They're playing something else? So I do kill them with Shang-Chi. Is that enough? It should be enough. What else do they play? They play 2 cards. Ironheart. Oh yes, make it bigger. Let my Shang-Chi gain more value. Surfer. No, I think they got enough. I mean, we killed a huge Panther. Oh no, we got it! Whew.
Victory.
There it is. They could have had Odin, but Odin we still would have been able to handle, I think. We didn't push in last season, was like 99, and it was like 5 minutes to the end of the season, was against Dara. He retreated being on 130 rank, and if he stayed, he would have been infinite, so you climbed from 6 to 100 in 2 days this season. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we were trying to climb on the free-to-play account at the very last minute, and it was not going well for us at all. It was a huge waste of everyone's time. Titan? Titan. With the monster, I don't want to go into a super early destroyer. But I would love playing a super early Professor X. Ooh, never mind. The only thing that matters now is the Nexus. Can you run Viper with Electro so they get the ongoing effect? Yes. I call it my Electrocution deck. My testing is that the Ramp Destroyer is a little bit better than that list. But it is very funny. So now we play Destroyer. And they cry a little bit. Nice Shang-Chi, by the way. You're the Hala from last match. Awesome. Glad you made it back to the stream. Whew, that one was a spicy finish. I mean, if your Ironheart had found better targets, right, you could have had it. It's just like Professor X? Or do we think that this is where they play their Destroyer? No, I'm gonna lock him down. Ooh, there it is.
I am Iron Man.
Alright, my opponent. Let's dance. There it is, there it is.
Victory.
What are the best Series 3 cards to buy in the store? So you kind of have the general powerhouses of Sarah, Wong, Mystique. Are there any others that I would put into that category? Those are towards the top. And then you have some more niche cards for, in terms of just really super souping up their style of deck. So you're looking at Death, Dracula, and Destroyer, Mr. Negative, and Patriot. That's probably my my tier list. And then, yeah, there's some control cards. Any of the energy cheats are solid. There's a lot of very good pool 3 cards, but the very top dogs are the ones that I just mentioned. Leader needs a nerf? Maybe he does. But if we can't beat them, we join them. Let's go armor here. Bought these from the shop, waiting on Sarah. There you go. That sounds like you're going to be in an excellent... they've already retreated.
Victory.
All right. Opponent snaps when we have Lamentis. You count out all your turns, proceed to stomp, and wish you could have snapped back. I mean, it's a dangerous mind game. I think the opponent, when they see some of those pivotal locations, they just snap as a bluff to try and scare you away. Little advice, Gamora on Black Panther in a Wong reveal deck with no Zola. Ooh, spicy. Catch the opponent by surprise. We've got the Lamentis. To play any other deck than Professor X Destroyer. Oh, come on. Professor X Destroyer is so much fun, though. We'll go with the Sunspot. Actually, really good around Lamentis. We have the leader to catch up at the end. Wait, oh no, Mindscape. Mindscape? Maybe the opponent has a list that is better, but they're just going to be able to play the leader on us now. Unless we can use the Psylocke to play the leader early. Okay, that's going to be what we have to do. We can either Psylocke or Electro to play the leader early. Wakandan Embassy. Okay, okay. Psylocke into Sandman? I think I went Electro into leader into their best card, which, if it's a discard list, is hopefully a big Apocalypse. I hope. People don't expect early Destroyer and then drop Taskmaster and the free Sabretooth. Ooh, Taskmaster on this list. Taskmaster would be really fun on this list. Okay. Sandman me. Yep. Okay. Do you have a way to change Mindscape so that you keep your good cards? Otherwise your cards are coming over to me. Crystal. Here comes the Mindscape. We get to see what they play. Predicting and playing Professor X, winning the location is so satisfying. It is really satisfying. Leech is crazy good when Lamentis shows up. Oh, yeah. Leech is stupid when Lamentis shows up, right? Especially if you can play it early. Because then you just know they don't even get a top deck that's going to be remotely viable. Let's try and grab our music back from the wife. All right. Turn 5, they're playing... Oh, yep. Get the leader. So neither of us have any cards. This is the greatest Lamentis turn where neither player has a single card left on the final turn. Alright. There we go. I'm going to go refill my water, and then we're going to be back to this incredible madness. Sandman. People want to see Sandman come up to 4-2. Sandman at 4-2. I could see it. His tempo loss is so enormous, right? You have to play a lot of catch-up if you drop him to be able to hold the opponent back. So that turn 6 has to be really limited on the opponent's side for it to be worth it. But, I don't know. He's sat at 4-1 for a while. He's supposed to be kind of a niche tech card, right? Let's see, Josh. The deck you made is Lockjaw. Deck that uses Odin and Wong and then doubles powers, doubles reveals over and over, constantly pulls cards from the deck. Lockjaw is so much fun, playing the Lockjaw slot machine. I have enjoyed it quite a bit myself. Cosmo is really annoying. Yeah, Cosmo's mega control. Okay, we lose the Sandman, the titular Sandman. We get a copy of a Daredevil. Wow. Sure. Daredevil into Psylocke into Professor X. Into... Then it's at 5 energy again. Leader, I guess. Sandman just totally breaks so many decks. It's a tough one to balance. Yeah, it's very polarizing. I'll take the shot in the dark. Electro, can you get shot by the Danger Room, please? Please, please. Make him a 4-2, so that way we have a viable block for the Death Wave. Make him a 4-2, so we have a viable block for the Death Wave. So you're saying that he's not a viable block right now? The opponent has the same idea? That's hilarious. I feel like he is a viable block for the Death Wave. No, he would be more viable, certainly, with a little bit more power on his body. What is happening? More viable? More viable. Gotcha, gotcha. Insert spider meme here. Yeah, yeah. They got the Destroyer. So then I also play Destroyer. Whatever the opponent does, I did the same thing. Except my cards look better. Nah, they got a good hood. I've got the fun Destroyer variant, they have the fun hood variant. Okay. Leader and Snap. Yeah. We could have Shang-Chi'd, we could have... There was a lot of options. Teddy, remember saying Ronin was broken for a while? Why was that? Ronin was a 5-0 plus 3 points per card in the opposing hand. So, with the plus 3 in the opposing hand, he was up to a 21 out of a 5 cost, which was pretty wild when you could play Max and you could play Ronin on 5 and then Max and Black Widow together on 6 to add plus 9 points to the Ronin. And it was just in a meta overall where people were not running their hand to 0. It was stupid. Do I think Null is going to be game breaking? I think Null is going to be very dangerous, yes. Game breaking? No. Like, there's already cards that are sitting with like 60% win rates. So he's going to look very good. Muhahahahas, thank you for the follow. And Prince68, thank you for the follow as well. I think that if Null gets too prevalent, there will be tech that people bring out against him. Like the Shang-Chi, like the Enchantress. But I'm really worried about the people who high roll and have Galactus Null together. And then that list running, being at the top of the meta, and then just discouraging a lot of people facing it because they see all of these Series 5 cards that they're up against and feel like they don't have a shot. If I just Daredevil, I mean, we're probably not going to be able to compete with you at flooding. But then we can like Professor X into a Destroyer. Yeah, Jess Jones. Galactus is waiting for his bro Null, and the symbiotes salivate at his coming. What's a Null quote, guys? Chat, feed me. Comic book knowledge. What is like the famous lines that Null delivers? I know he's like the god of the... Is he the god of the symbiotes, or is he just like their master? Oh no, they flip first. I was about to say that the Professor X could have sniped him. But they are... No! The true random initiative flip has betrayed us once again. It's actually dead even, but they get the initiative, meaning oh, the Green Goblin would actually make it across. Makes me so mad. Now at the same time we get to kill it with the Destroyer. Probably too early to call, but you suspect they will have to rebalance Galactus Null by having cards on destroyed locations not count. That would be a huge nerf to Galactus. He's their god. Okay, he created them. Okay. Bring some Celestial for Null to play. Isn't he the creator of the symbiote? So he is their creator and thus their god. Your god is awake and God is coming. There we go. Thank you, Josh. You're doing Ultra Chad. What? Bada Bongas on Cerebro 1? The Cerebro 1 is actually a list, right? Like, people have been running it. My Destroyer answers quite a bit by destroying the Green Goblin. I don't know what they have, though. I'll take it. If you play Leader, I win. Yes! Let's go! Smite the Leader player. The scummy, scummy Leader player, the scum of the earth. I wipe the muck off the bottom of my boots with you.
Victory.
I say with Leader in hand. Thanos stones, let's go. Thanos just a filler. Exactly. The Thanos list wins in spite of Thanos. It wins through the Infinity Stones. He's just a conduit to getting to the stones. Much like all of American cuisine is a conduit to getting to ketchup, ranch, barbecue sauce, and butter. You guys should read the Silver Surfer Black Limited series. He runs into Null there. Great stuff. All right, Josh. I'm gonna save that. Silver Surfer Black Limited series. My keep notes. Nope. Notes. There you go. I should just have keep notes always up when I start to stream. "1:30 a.m. We'll watch the stream when you wake up." All right, Basil. Glad to see you joining in while you were here. Hope you have a good one. Looks like a fun control deck. Oh yes, Ethan. It's been doing good stuff so far. How's Atuma so far? Chat, what do we think? How is Atuma so far? I would say underwhelming. But I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't think Atuma is doing all that much for us. So we could Psylocke on the offhand chance that we draw our Leech or our Professor X. Yeah, I guess so. Really enjoyed the YouTube content. Keep it up. Well, Prince68, we definitely will. It's been a ton of fun to get the content together. Hey, Teddy, do I think that paying 4 for Atuma to destroy himself is worth it if you are going to drop Null? Just have Atuma self-sacrifice to be able to get Null. Wow. No, I don't think so, because you could just set up something else that is going to be able to get a bigger benefit out of the destruction on turn 4. Like if you're playing Deadpool, you could play Deadpool and then destroy him with either Venom or Deathlock, and that should be better. I feel like. I don't know. It's interesting tech, Rich. I like where your head's at. I just don't know if it really comes together. Love the Daredevil decks. Don't have Psylocke or Leader. Would love to play this version. Yeah, so if you don't have Psylocke, you could run Wave, and if you don't have Leader, probably run the Magneto. So they're destroying this whole stack. They have initiative. They're playing Deadpool. Is this the time for Sandman to shine? Maybe. Maybe not. It's definitely the time for him to shine, but I don't know if we have enough power otherwise to win anything. That's the painful part. Because they popped the Nova. If you didn't cringe from your voice, have a setup definitely would create snap content with the homebrew decks. Yeah, there's a ton of some very creative deck builders out there. How does Null get base power or boosted power? He's ongoing, so he starts at 0, and then it's boosted power. So it'll always appear as green, similar to Devil Dino. Don't have Atuma, what card to replace him? Replace the Atuma with like the Warpath is the normal play. You could also run Rescue. Alright, both sides. Only one card to play. We don't have armor already set up, so we can't play Destroyer. We don't have anything we can kill with the Shang-Chi. So all our hope rides on Atuma being the hero that we need. Come on. This is it. Oh no, they counted at New York. Darn. Yep, well, oh well. Leech is really going to shine against all these upcoming deck cards. Yeah, Leech is looking better and better against all these cards that are going to set up big for turn 6, right? If you destroy Warpath at 9, does that go... what goes to Null? I think it all goes to Null. Like, if you destroy a card at the location, like the location that gives +5 to all cards, I think the buffed power counts as the destroyed power. Would Null count his power too? So you could Zola Null and he would add to his previous power to other Nulls? I believe so. I believe that, yes. If you Zola a Null, you will get doubled Nulls on the recreation. Which Shuri deck do I think is the best? Just unlocked her from the token shop. Which Shuri deck do we think is the best? It's going to be some kind of Shuri plus She-Hulk deck, I think. Just because She-Hulk is kind of crazy right now. But the Shuri Yellow Jacket list is the most meme-worthy. If we Psylocke, we could rush into Atuma. Let's just play the Sunspot. Daddy, you think they should give us more often a free card to play like Storm? Maybe twice a month would be nice, though. Yeah, it's Beardy Grizzly. We need another way to be able to get these extra cards flowing in. Right now, the acquisition pace is just so glacially slow. If they're going to be releasing a card a week, I was kind of hoping that one would be premium, one would be free to play, and then one would be into the collector tokens. But we're just going to have to wait and see the cadence of knocking the collector token cards down into Series 3. We need a 1/1 Loki who swaps hands. Oh, that'd be disgusting. You just play discard, cut your hand to nothing, and then take all the opponent's cards. No, this is terrible. Do I Professor X? Or... I mean, we could let the Sunspot continue to try and carry us. I'll Professor X. You have Shuri, and she's great with cards like Goblins, Taskmaster, Red Skull Taskmaster. Yeah, the Shuri plus the 0 to hero list is pretty great too, right? What if you don't have Electro? What can you run? You would run Wave instead. So they went Jubilee into Jess Jones at the Danger Room instead. Alright. I see you. So what if I just Atuma? No? If I Atuma and then I Leader, I could get the Atuma destroyed. If I Destroyer... I'm not sure where this one is going. Yeah, I'm glad I chose right on the Professor X, but still. This was getting kind of messy, guys. Leech. Yeah, I don't know. Anything is going to cause Atuma just to die. So I could play Destroyer as a 5-point upgrade. I really wanted to see armor here. I could have Shang-Chi'd and then armored to be able to like pop them if they played a big card and then protect the Atuma. But leader next to the Atuma doesn't help. This is where Atuma is showing the chinks. The chinks in his capabilities. Now, then again, we could just do the soul read that they're going to try and play the danger room. And then I just play Destroyer right here and win, right? Alright, this is it. Do I think the slow card inflow is because they are trying to build up cards? We're going to drop so eventually they can increase the flow but want to keep people playing till more to come. Wow. So it was White Tiger then, eh? Not enough. Not enough. Do people really think cards release too slow right now? Well, a card a week. The thing is that they are releasing slow in comparison to like other card games. Other card games average out more than one a week when they release the big packs. The Destroyer mid was the right read, guys. We got it. Does Armor and Wakanda prevent Tuma from self-destroy? Yes. Atuma will be prevented from self-destroying if it's the end of the game due to Invisible Woman, if it is Armor, or if it is Professor X. All of these help. It was a lucky read. It was a lucky read. But I think that the card a week is kind of just what the devs want to trickle release for the rest of time to keep people interested. Crystal rework when? I know, right? Crystal's sitting over here doing nothing. I wish we had better Crystal. Crystal and Quake both. Well, Quake is like a little better than Crystal, but Crystal's really hurting. She needs help. She needs help. I mean, I have to play the Psylocke to be able to get the extra Hulk. Shang-Chi kills all of their Hulks, and then we just have to win one other lane. Lazarol Din, I hope you have a great day. Glad to see you on the stream. Crystal needs something. Yeah, Crystal needs something. But her rework doesn't have to be as dramatic, is what I'm saying. Zero Red Skull final turn is annoying. It's basically a better Infinite because you can still play on turn 5, 18 power between two cards on the final is nuts. Yes, the Zero Red Skull is so good. It's crazy. It really is. We are not looking good right now. You want Rockslide to be a 3-4? So, yeah. Rockslide, I mean, he's looking much better with Darkhawk coming around the corner, but then being at the same cost. Just feels kind of bad. Okay, so I full pass to put more on the Sunspot. Does Atuma need to go, guys? Is Atuma actively hurting us here? He got destroyed last time. Serodal, good to see you. Is Crystal better if she is Atalan? Is Crystal better if she is Atalan? You mean she creates Atalan? On turn 3? I don't know what you mean, Rich. Rockslide would probably be too good as a 3-4 with the Surfer. Oh yeah, the 3 cost also is now a premium with the Surfer, right? I wish that Rockslide just had a little extra tag that like, he gets more powerful per rock on the board. If Rockslide had that tag, then I think it'd be fine. Like at the same price even.
This land can never be
Not full hand size, you mean? Just however many cards that you had before? Ooh. Maybe. Okay, so we armor. Do we armor or do we daredevil? We're drawing from the opponent's list, but they gave us lizard. Yeah, it could be anything. Riley Woods, thank you for the subscription. Atuma's not looking great. He feels awkward a lot of time. I agree, Prince. Right now, he is not looking great. They got their armor for us. I feel like we're playing the same list. So, Leech and Leader could be the win then. I'll go Kolos. Well, might as well save him. He doesn't have to be protected by the armor. I'll play Lizard instead. You use Atuma with 0, it helps a lot. Otherwise, you hope for armor. Right, so we're just hoping for armor, we're just hoping for Professor X, and those are the only combos that we have right now. Now, of course, you'd just be hoping for 0, and really you're hoping for 0 plus Red Skull, right? If you don't have Atuma, then what do you run? You run Warpath, or you run Yeah, I mean, it's mostly Warpath. Rescue. Captain America. They're here to save the day. They got their Warpath. Is this where we leech? Adam Warlock is in the token shop. Yeah, just get this. Sweep away the trash, guys. I think Rescue in a list like this would be pretty good. Yeah, I think Rescue could do pretty well. Rescue or Warpath. Those are the top choices. Can offset leech. Lack of power a bit. Exactly. They've got my Atuma. Nice, nice. Now if I leech and then leader, I mean I can Professor X to win the Weird World, but then I don't know how we're winning Onslaught Citadel up against the Warpath. Yeah, let's leech. Leech collapses Surfer decks. 100% he has Destroyer in hand. Maybe he does. Do you think he drew our Destroyer? Oh, we get a Claw. I wish Claw was facing the other direction. Okay, so the soul read is if he has Destroyer, leader wins. Because the Destroyer will have been hit by Leech, and then the Captain America will buff it. Thoughts on Spider-Man and Destroyer? Spider-Man and Destroyer. So I've seen a list. It beat me when I was teaching my wife in the video this morning. They were doing this ramp list, but they also had Spider-Man to be able to make space for the Professor X. Caught me by surprise, and it did win them the game. Because you can ramp into the early Professor X and then lock down with Spider-Man, or if you don't get the ramp, then you lock down into the Professor X. I think Spider-Man actually works pretty well. I think that Spider-Man's a very underappreciated card right now. Alright, we'll sit here with the leader. I think this is the read. Hey man, appreciate the deck. Keep it going. Switch. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the support. I wish you could just auto-mute. Yeah, I do too. What do I think of a Master Mold 3/3 card that gives your opponent 3 Sentinels? Great additional to Tech and Cerebro, you guess? Gives opponent 3 Sentinels. That's so weird. Oh, no. We needed a poker over here because of the Mojo World up by 100, right? Okay. I wasn't seeing the board real well on that one, guys. If they play Destroyer mid, they win. Yeah, pretty much. Do we ever win the tiebreaker there? No, we don't. Yeah, I wasn't seeing the board real well. How does one get Sarah? Because clearly the game doesn't want you to have her. Mostly done Series 3, and now she will be the last unlock Uber Drew? Oh, no. One gets Sarah by sacrificing to the altar of RNGesus. Baba Buck Nasty, thank you for the follow, and Riley Woods, thank you for the subscription. We like the change of thumbnail too. It makes me stand out because I've seen a lot of other Snap creators using the old style. Awesome, Riley. I've been trying to get things upgraded. Get distracted when you're just playing on your own. No idea how the streamers do it. We don't do it well. This is your answer. Do we Atuma? Atuma into Professor X is like so wild, but it just might work. It's actually funny because he can't really play Sentinels to free his hand. They come back. Could actually be fun with Baron Mordo. That's 4 cards guaranteed for your Ronin. Yeah, it could be fun for that. And then if they're not drawing cards, it makes the Darkhawk good as well. Master Mold seems like evil tech. Is there a Surfer deck without Brood? Not really, Paul. The one without Brood is going to be your Mr. Negative list. And then we flip first. I like this. Especially if Professor X bounces mid. Oh, Professor X bounces mid. I'm gonna snap just on the chance that Professor X bounces mid. On the chance that he doesn't, we play Destroyer. But yeah, I would look at the Mr. Negative Zeros list for your Surfer list without the root. Also at the bundle systems. Did I know people who buy bundles get these cards too? Some of the Pool 2 players could spend $30 and buy Sarah. Yes. They get to use the alternate art, right? Immediately. They'll still have to collect the normal art eventually, but they do get it early.
Victory.
Do I think we should be able to select directions with abilities, so targeted abilities? The developers have said that they're considering adding targeting abilities. It's going to be like an enormous UI update for the game. I think part of it being mobile focused is not wanting the targeted abilities just because of how small the cards are on the screen. But I hope they do add it eventually. It's like a level of complexity that I think is pretty important for some of the cards. Is there a bundle with Sarah? I think there will be. There's like a leaked bundle with Sarah. Got lucky, both Mystique and Sarah with the 2 first 5 Series 3 cards in the shop. 2 of the first 5. Okay, just bought Arrow last night and waiting for Death, going into full Horde mode with the future tokens. Rayman 17, sounds like you are on a excellent track then. So if I go Electro, my next turn I will have 4, because we got the bump from the Tinkerer's Workshop. Movement decks need something. They're being left behind in the meta. Yes. I don't know actually if they are. The people who are staying true to them are finding success somehow, some way. I could Sandman, which would be kind of funny, but I don't think I do that. I think I go Sunspot. Sunspot to prep for a Professor X, and then a Leader for the win.
Wind, aid my hand.
What are targeted abilities? So targeted abilities would be like Ironheart. Instead of buffing 3 random cards, buffs 3 cards of your choice. And so you play Ironheart and then you tap the cards that you want to get the buffs, would be what targeted abilities would look like. Hybrid movements are still pretty good. Yeah, I'm seeing like Snap.fan in the stat keeping department is showing great results for the movement lists. Alright, Flooded is donezo. We can Leader. And then we get your 5. And then hopefully we draw... I mean, what do we even want to draw? Probably nothing. We just want them to play something big that I can kill with the Shang-Chi. Nope. It's Killmonger. There goes the Nova. And then we get our Killmonger. Their Bishop keeps on buffing. Alright, alright. Leech. They flip first? Play something big, my friend. But I have a feeling that you're going to play like Silver Surfer. What do I think of Gambit 4-1, but you can pick your target? I mean, it seems like he would be busted if you could pick your target. Do I think they could change how you get pool 4 cards? They could kill the game? I don't think it'll kill the game. I think what they just have to show us is the speed at which they're going to knock cards down into the more accessible pool 3. As long as they show us that cards like on a monthly basis are coming down into pool 3, I'm going to be okay with it. Move decks are easy, plus 8 cubes, seriously. Sorry, move enjoyers. Yeah, we kind of knew that the Surfer was coming in there. Played against an interesting movement hybrid. Death Heimdall. It caught you off guard. Death Heimdall. Is this playing off of the Nova Killmonger inclusion and then just going like full investment? Seems pretty interesting. Losing my music. There we go. Wong into Gambit and then selectable targets kind of makes him better than Shang-Chi. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a step too far. Let's get armor up to protect our Sunspot. Maybe the Atuma later on as well. We do have Leader. So, I kind of like Sandman. We'll go Sandman, try and keep up with them, and then play the Leader. I don't think Gambit should be targetable. Just don't target Colossus or armored targets percentage. Ooh, just change him so that he won't target cards that can't be destroyed. I mean, that's part of the power of the effect of being able to prevent your cards from being destroyed, right? It's like the reward that you have earned. Maybe we should have played armor somewhere else. I thought protecting the sunspot was important, but now it's not looking so great. Also loving the deck build. For you, it's even funnier than playing the game. Yeah, it can be fun just to theory craft your lists, right?
Opponent snapped.
And then they have Hela. Okay. We didn't get the ramp into Leech or Professor X. We didn't get the ramp into Destroyer. I mean, that's everything that the deck wants to do. I feel like if they add targeted effects itself would have to be less effective than the random targets. Yeah. So the random ones will have to just be like raw stats better. And then the targeted ones, you need to really be able to leverage the exact right target. Is She-Hulk worth it to get over 3 pool 3 cards? Still early to pool 3. Ooh, the Kidako. Okay, so this is where you have to put on your predictive hat. I would say that She-Hulk is better, yes, if she remains in pool 4 for a long time. If on next month they're just going to make She-Hulk pool 3, then obviously you feel really shortchanged because you could have just got her for a third the cost. But if she's going to stay at the Series 4 cost for like 6 months, then she's definitely worth picking up because she's very competitive. You could lead her into Hela, into Destroyer, you guess? But my Hela wouldn't be able to discard anything. This is my first or second account. This is the main account. Okay, so we go Electro, and it doubles on the Camartage, and then I have 6 energy, and I top deck Destroyer. Oh, my Destroyer was Sokoviad. Right, so then if I leader the Destroyer, I still don't think that I was topping them. Because we just had, what, the one lane with the armor that would have been safe, and then versus whatever they were discarding. They were probably discarding a lot more valuable cards anyway. I think that there's one card that needs to be able to target currently is Nakia. Yeah, Nakia, if she could be targeted, would be so much better. Alright. Pop him. Turn 4 Destroyer. Quake in Fear. Yeah, I would like it if Nakia could be targeted, or if she could just be a little bit better. Maybe the first 3 cards, maybe 3 on the first card, 2 on the second, and 1 on the third. There's a bunch of ways that they could, like, ping it out. Is Mr. Negative too strong and needs a rework? Mr. Negative has been a balancing problem for the game for quite a while. Please leave Negative alone. He's suffered enough. Yeah, he's been through a lot. I don't know. He's fine. I don't think he's too strong. It's just like, it makes balancing the game, it puts balancing the game in a very odd place. Now I can still leech on 5. Plus armor to prep for Atuma. If we desire Atuma. Or we can leader. Nakia should be just +1 on the whole hand. No need to get so convoluted. +1 on the whole hand. So she's just half what she used to be when she was incredibly overpowered. Maybe. Yeah. Exchanges of leeches. This is the new meta, my friends. How does it feel? We're gonna find a deck for a noob with a leech. So leech gets a lot better. I mean, so leech in like pool 2, I wouldn't play him. I would play leech in pool 3 because right now the Sarah meta is everywhere. I mean, this ended up being pretty good for us, right? Like really good for us. It's probably here. And then I still have more energy. I can play the Psylocke for no reason. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ah!
Victory.
Run Patriot to counter the leech. It is so hilarious. We were doing that at the beginning of the day. Just make Nakia a 3-2 herself, give her extra point on her body. Yeah, if Nakia had a little bit more force on her own body, that would be nice as well. She just needs something. Right now she falls flat. And I love the hand buff style of deck. I wish that that one was connecting just a little, like coming together just a little bit better. Especially with how good Brood is right now and the Panther. There's fun stuff there. They just need, they need something else. I would like a 1-drop, like a 1-0 that then pings a random card. I don't know, something more. Honestly, where you're at now, the game is super unfun. Oh no, Greaser Man. You're at the midpoint where everyone is playing higher tier cards and get ridiculously powerful, but you're only barely in that pool. That's where we were when we were trying to climb to infinite with the free-to-play account last season. And yeah, it was painful. How about making Mr. Negative 3 cost neg 3 power? One more turn for him to draw, but bigger impact on his stats. No, his own stats don't matter. That's the crazy thing about Mr. Negative. His own stats really don't matter. I think I want to just play Atuma over here. But then I don't really need to play Electro. If I'm just going to play on curve anyway, I can play Daredevil. Atuma working for me in the Leech meta. That's unfortunately the only times that he is, Wraithers. A 1-1 that randomly buffs a card in your hand by 2. A 1-1 that randomly buffs your card in your hand by 2. Okay, I like it. I like it, Larini. Something like that. If someone leeches the Infinite, you can play cards on turn 5. Yes. If someone leeches the Infinite, you can play cards on 5 and then Infinite on 6 with no penalty. Make him a 3 cost, makes that negative Surfer deck so much better. Yeah, negative getting cheaper I don't think is the answer. This is not the way. Leech. Mandalorian voice, this is not the way. It may now be the Leech, Red Skull, Atuma, Typhoid Mary, etc. meta. Maybe it is. Did you put Shuri in there? We could... Hang on, how does it work? What's the combo? You Shuri... I mean, just Shuri the Red Skull is worth it, right? Because you get the plus... You get so much extra power. Hang on. What are you playing? Are you playing... You have to be running... Spectrum. They're playing the Spectrum. Spectrum will buff this block by 6, taking them up to 27, and I have all low power cards in hand. Armor has betrayed me, so my Shang-Chi can't do anything. Oof. Big oof. Didn't draw anything fun.
Escape.
I didn't get my leader. I didn't get my destroyer. We should probably do the 0 to hero list after this. We'll do one more here of the Sandman. I don't feel like Sandman has really done it for us. Like I played Ramp, it's like I'm playing Ramp Destroyer in spite of Sandman. Also, we haven't really seen Sarah. Like what happened to Sarah? I saw Nonstop Sarah yesterday, and the couple days before that, now I don't see her. The ongoing stuff seems crazy OP right now. Played a guy that someone got Kazar, Blue Marvel, and Onslaught. Even after you were able to Enchantress that lane, had Patriot at Mystique. Yep. It's all very good. On turn 3, we redraw. So I'll just Psylocke. I like my hand. I don't want to redraw, but they're going to make me do it. Do I still want to Electro? They haven't played anything. Is Sandman actually going to slow you down then? Sure. I titled the deck after you, and this is your last game. I'll play the Sandman. Sight unseen. Probably a stupid idea. But here we are. The opponent still has not played. They have retreated?
Victory.
Was that on the Sandman? Did Sandman take us the win there? Didn't I leech the Spectrum? I didn't have any way to be able to answer them at mid, and I didn't have any way to be able to win on right either. So they'd guaranteed win. Whatever I played, They could have not played a single card and still won that previous game, is what I'm trying to say. Because I didn't have any power on the cards in my hand. And the Shang-Chi was locked out by the armor. Okay. Give me hero 0. And let's see this list pop. Okay, core cards. Let's talk core cards. 0. Oh, I have a better variant. We look at the 0. I think we'll try Shuri. Shuri, normally you want to nullify the abilities on these cards, but just doubling their power means that you don't care as much about the detrimental ability. You can put up with it effectively. Oh, I'll play the cheapy Red Skull. Okay, and then we've got Typhoid Mary, Atuma. If we're running Typhoid Mary, do we run Luke Cage as well, I suppose? And then it's like other control cards, right? We like the Magic. Here she is. Shang-Chi. I normally run Shang-Chi and Enchantress together here. And then we can round things out with, what was I saying? Luke Cage. That's just for the Typhoid Mary. But I mean, it supports in a couple other situations as well. If there's locations that will debuff your cards, it gives you a little bit of flexibility. How many of the new cards do I have? I don't have very many. Can I filter by it? Nope, they don't let me filter by it. I have Thanos, She-Hulk, Atuma, Titania, Luke Cage, Shuri, and Absorbing Man. That's my whole catalog. 3 more. Sunspot, something early. Another... I feel like we need to round this out with just cheap cards right now. Venom and Max. Needs Venom? Do we actually need Venom? If we're doing the Shuri version, then... Oh, Taskmaster. Taskmaster is like core, right? We're probably overloading the 4-cost category. Like, it's so bloated, the 4 and 5 costs. But we do have the Magic. I don't know. Taskmaster 5-0, 5-0. There we go. What's my level? It's like 4,500. One more card. Something cheap. Is it the max? What's the best way to upgrade cards to advance in the collection? You always want to upgrade your gray cards to green, and then after that, everything is the same. And then if you're looking at just trying to advance your collection, spending your gold on mission refreshes is the best thing. Haryad, good to see ya. Venom, Wong. Wong's too expensive. I know that you could double the Shuri, but no. What is Wong doing for us? Wong is not helping. Daredevil? I don't like Daredevil. Ebony Maw for early tempo? Ebony Maw for early tempo. Maybe it is Ebony Maw. Rogue for a steal? I have enough control already. We have Shang-Chi and Enchantress. Let's run like Max, I guess. We'll see if we need to make it a cheaper card. It could be another 1 cost that we end up using. There we go. Deck list. Save me. Venom meets Red Skull and the Typhoid Mary. Hazmat. Titania for the win. If you have Luke Cage, why not run Hazmat? So, we could run the Hazmat. We could also go... It's true. We could go Venom and Zola. There's like 2 different versions of the list that would change things up quite a bit. Let's go Hazmat. I mean, we are running the Luke Cage, right? We'll take Hazmat. Also, anytime that anyone suggests I run Hazmat in a list, I'm kind of predisposed to to go for it. I love this card so much. Personal favorite. Behind the Hood. It's probably Hood and then Hazmat in terms of my favorite cards. And then it's just cards that synergize with those cards, filling out the rest of the list. Alright, let's dive in. Armor? Nah. We don't need the armor. Is it just you or did Shang-Chi get worse? I think Shang-Chi is still good. You like Storm in most cases, since you pile Shang-Chi targets to the same spot a little better. Favorite card is Venom. Love the animation. Venom is amazing, yes. Okay, we have Luke Cage. Set him up early. Quicksilver Wasp? You play Wasp on turn 1? Is this a bot? Zach, good to see you. We go Luke Cage. Wait on the Hazmat. Hazmat actually looking pretty good already at a 2-5. Space Throne. Well, he can certainly win the Space Throne. Yeah. With a Shuri Red Skull Taskmaster lineup? I mean, guys, this is insane. Strange decision to not make Thanos have a single animation. Yes, it was a strange decision. Run Agatha. I appreciate the comment. But no. Shang-Chi's still great. People just play around him better. Maybe. I think Shang-Chi is also a bit of a weather vane to the meta, right? Shuri Skull Task looks tasty. It's so tasty. I mean, are you guys seeing what this does? Oh, it was an Agatha list? Yes. Okay, so they were predicting Agatha because they played Quicksilver, Domino, Wasp. That's, yeah, Agatha list. Now, unfortunately for them, the Agatha list loses abysmally, but Luke Cage pinned in the shop. Love to hear it. Seriously, it's so much work to make Thanos 18, and then there isn't even an animation to celebrate. I know, it's disgusting. And then over here, Galactus is cackling as his hand destroys the entire globe with the best animation in the game. And then they're like, Thanos maybe just sits on the throne. Like what? Like in the card? Like you get a holographic vision over the whole thing, and then the camera pans around him? No, just on the card. You just look at the card. And then the card's number gets a little bigger. That's all they give. Thanos is just filler. They don't even give the Infinity Stones animations. Nothing has an animation on Thanos. It's painful. You had Brood first or second shop, didn't get him, now you're chasing it. It is crazy how that happened. I don't think anybody was expecting Brood to be a meta. Orko on the Galactus train. Is this the same opponent? I didn't notice, guys. Is this the same opponent? So I bought not Thanos. I bought 6 stones for 1k tokens each. Yeah, that's what it is. And then they just throw Thanos in. The baker's dozen. Whoever has the least power here wins. I'm trying to figure out if I can do some kind of funny mind game. It is the same opponent, isn't it? I'm trying to figure out if I can do some kind of funny mind game. Well, if it's Agatha, they probably just played a bar with no name and then we win. Snap now. In before it crushes them. Ooh. It's still like Red Skull Taskmaster. But do I want the Hazmat? I guess I'll play it. Reality Stone has a drop animation on Epic though. Has a dope animation on Epic. Really? Oh, it's just because of like their background? They keep on getting these terrible pulls. Like, I feel bad at what's happening. The animated frame, yes. Not mad about the animation, but the audio is what they could have made Thanos. I am inevitable, and then you hear the snap. Yeah, would have been Chef's Kiss. I agree. How is Agatha not played to bar with no name yet? What is happening? I mean, I can still just zero a Tuma. Like, we still win, but this is crazy. Agatha dodged bar with no name the whole time? Alright. And it's like Taskmaster, right? Taskmaster is better than the Red Skull? Is this a true statement? Taskmaster bringing in the 10 points rather than Red Skull, buffing the opposing cards by 2 each. They could still play to bar with no name? Ah! They didn't retreat? My friend. Why didn't they?
Victory.
She was just waiting to do it herself. Alright, I think we have a package I need to sign for, guys. 1 second. Oh, baby. We got our new Motorola phone that will actually let me play Snap on mobile for the first time. Have never played the game on a true mobile device. Only on the PC. Maybe he's just giving out cubes to get boosters for the cards he wants to upgrade. Maybe he is. So I've seen Agatha lists that are meant for Agatha just to autopilot the whole way through. And so it's like, you know, you're working, you have it up on like a side monitor and you just click through, or you just have it up on your phone, right? You just tap and turn periodically to get the dailies done. If you're infinite, who cares, right? Maybe that's what we ran into. I'll go Luke Cage, happily. There we go, the linear saying exactly what I said. You only play on the phone? Snap landscape mode when? I know, gamer by heart, it's so painful. Hopefully soon. Soon TM. Put the extra power on the sunspot. Mobile app is solid, never crashed on you once. Love to hear it. Hopefully this new device is going to be good to me. Because I got plenty of years out of the one that I've had so far. Oh, the sunspot. Killmonger popping the sunspot is a big deal for us. We had what, 4 energy or 4 power on it already? But then again, we just go Shuri, Red Skull, Taskmaster once again. Like, how do you stop this? Guys, have you seen anybody else playing this? You're gonna wave me? Now, you do get the free death, but I don't really care. Because I have a 30-point Red Skull and then a 30-point Taskmaster after that. So, take your best shot. Love how I have all the cards and play the meta or lose. Really fun. Oh, Scorpion. It's not quite like that. Okay. Seems like this was very good for me. Shang-Chi, you couldn't have gone second? I needed that Shang-Chi going second. They can play... I mean, the biggest card they have would be a 12, right? They're not going to be able to pass me. If they have Shang-Chi, going to be quite sad. But we pick this one up. Fangirl Mel, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Oh. By 1 point. So I thought playing to the Red Skull's location was a good idea, right? It gave me the buff from their Red Skull. But then the leader that had been picked up by the Wakandan embassy into their copying my Taskmaster to copy their Taskmaster. You know what? Props to the opponent. Found me on YouTube. Loved the video this morning. Well, I'm glad to hear it. That video was a ton of fun to make. Leader says no. Alright, time to redeem ourselves. Shouldn't Taskmaster... What's the question? The question is what card Taskmaster should be copying. Taskmaster copies the previous card when leadered and not leader itself. Good to know. No, so Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get her all the way into Snap as well. Leader copies the previous card. And if that... So I think it was an order of reveal. I think the leader copied the task... No, but then mine was a 30. Why didn't Taskmaster copy their leader, guys? Their Taskmaster copied their previous Taskmaster, not their leader, but they just played leader. Why did that happen? Leader hadn't finished resolving, so it's not a valid target for Taskmaster. Okay. Sorry, QT. It doesn't feel right to hear that, but I understand that would be the case, I guess. That sucks. Even on the stack, task should have copied leader. I feel like it should have copied leader as well. That's how the interaction works. I think it's intended. All right. I mean, I'm going for sorry QT as to why it's happening, but then the question is, should it happen that way? We lost our cage. Cannot go for the Typhoid Mary, but I think that's okay. There was the hazmat though. It's definitely Red Skull to Space Throne because they don't have a good way to be able to catch up. And then we could Taskmaster it, or we could Attuma back to the cloning vats. Same reason on reveals happen before location effects. On reveal resolves before something is considered fully played. Okay, okay. I feel you. Everyone is playing this list now?
Opponent snapped.
You're snapping? What's your game plan? Is it the exact same as mine? Because if you play a Taskmaster here to Space Throne, you win it. And then if I play a Taskmaster over here, yeah, I mean, we just lose the game. If I play something like Attuma here plus Hazmat. They have Taskmaster? Yeah, they probably have Taskmaster to the Space Throne, right? And then we don't really have a way to be able to win both locations. Not with the armor protecting. Alright, we'll bounce.
Escaped.
Attuma Invis is because Attuma triggers at the end of the turn, Women triggers at the end of the game. Yeah, some of these interactions, like, Snap advertises itself as being very, like, simple cards versus, like, Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Yu-Gi-Oh, the cards have, like, full paragraphs of text and stipulations, blah, 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 blah. And then in Snap, it's just like, yeah, it's just like one line. This is what the card does. But there's a lot of nuance to some of these cards. What does Attuma do? He kills himself if there's another card at his location. Odin's reveal would have to complete for Hazmat to go off, so it makes sense. It makes sense. What? Olympia. We keep drawing, so the opponent is playing the deck that we had been running before. We can go... Do I want to be Electro Ramp? Probably. So let's just play the Hazmat. Love me some Yu-Gi-Oh, but the individual interactions you do have to learn is insane. Yeah, the learning curve for Yu-Gi-Oh is like the equivalent of an entry-level college class. And I don't know, I play games to play games, not to have homework. Got the 0 back, though. I could 0 the Attuma. If, like, we Psylocke plus 0, and then we Attuma. I wish Snap had a sandbox mode where you can try out interactions without risking cubes. I agree, Delinear. Some card descriptions need a bit more detail. Professor X, for example, with etc. Yeah, it's like as soon as they put etc. on the card, it's like, okay, so I just have to observe their errata and then figure out what the heck this card actually does. Yu-Gi-Oh! On Duel Links was super fun for you when it first came out. I joined in on the latest one, the Master Duel, and I learned a hero list, but that was all I played. Hey Teddy, love the video today. Thank you. Think you got away with it about Mystique? I think so. We got the Shuri. I mean, they're gonna hit us with the same combo that we've... What? Darn it. This is where if we had ramped instead, we could have played leader. Sure. I'll play magic. We'll see what you've got. What got doubled? And can I take advantage? Yep, the red skull. Does this opponent's deck run a Shang-Chi? Doesn't look like it. Do you have the Taskmaster as well? That's my question for you. Don't even get me started on location trigger ordering. Some have said it's supposed to be left to right, but you've seen many counter examples. What? Location triggering ordering? What do you mean, mwahahas? Alright, they had the full complement. So, that's what our deck wanted to do. Weird World decided that the opponent would get to play it.
Escape.
Apparently everyone is playing this list. Yeah. We swap off of playing Ramp Destroyer, and we play this, and then the opponent is playing Ramp Destroyer. Yu-Gi-Oh's too complex nowadays. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of nuts. I mean, as soon as you get into like Dragon Maids and then all the wild summoning. Yu-Gi-Oh used to be a straightforward game. You would set a monster, set a trap, draw a card. And now it's like, within the first 2 games, you know who's going to win because somebody's built a board state that's completely locked down the opponent. He means which one activates first? Right, so location is always left to right, but there's a weird interaction for some of them. The location that gives its power to all the other locations is the most complicated, especially if it gets duplicated. Location, I still don't understand a situation where this is relevant or they conflict. What is the example? I want to play Magic to fix Luke's bar because we don't have any way to get into the big house. But then this leaves me doing something that seems... I mean, the alternative is I just go for winning on margin of victory and I play Shuri into Red Skull into Taskmaster all on one location. So that's putting all of our eggs in the basket of the opponent cannot fix this location.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
No clue how 2 Baxter buildings work, for example. Okay, so we're saying if you have the Nexus feeding power to a location and this location, if you're winning, feeds power back to the Nexus, and then the Nexus would add that power as well. Like you get into a conflict of location reveals in that sense. That sounds like what we're talking about. If any of these die, that's the other thing. Like if Danger Room just decides to kill my Red Skull here, we're so left out. Went back to see that leader play. It seems that everything he copies resolves before he comes out on the field. Okay, I got you. Ladder is 100% leader at the moment. Yeah. Welcome to the new normal. And then it's like Taskmaster plus Sunspot for no reason. 2 Baxter buildings is a weird scenario. Okay. I can magic the bar. Yes, Ven, I could magic the bar. But then I wouldn't have gotten my 30-point Red Skull. And so it was like debating 30-point Red Skull or Limbo at bar. I don't know. So if they fix Luke's bar, they win. They haven't snapped though, so I feel like they can't. Talking about end of turn triggers, but yes, ongoing location effects can be confusing too. End of turn triggers. Okay. I can understand that there are situations where there's weird interactions. I can appreciate that. But it was hard for me to initially figure out what we were talking about. Sarah Surfer who? This list is good. He's betting the opponent can't play the bar either. Yeah, exactly. It was like, If I open the bar, I open it for both of us, and then I lose out on my Shuri play. And my Shuri play between the doubled Red Skull and Taskmaster can surely produce more points than the entire opponent's deck. I skipped a paragraph, Wahaz. Alright, going back. Going back. Citadel always seems to go first, even if it's on the right. Like if 2 or more locations are going to do something at end of turn. For instance, Citadel shuffling locations on the same turn that Hala is going off. Does the destruction happen before or after they shuffle? Very important. Yeah. Okay, so that I'm used to being just left to right. But I guess if you've seen counterexamples, then things do get more complicated. Chibi Red Skull looks cursed, not gonna lie. That's kind of the idea. I don't know if I like it. Some of the chibi ones are great, some of them I don't care for as much. Ah. So we have Atuma, Typhoid Mary Tat. So we can plan out our entire list. And it starts with a pass, because I can't play on turn 3 either. The opponent can with the armor. That's actually great for Atuma. So we can get Atuma, Typhoid Mary, and Taskmaster together. We got that. Sinister London. I'm feeling it now. So we go Typhoid Mary into Taskmaster, into Enchantress, maybe a Shang-Chi. Greaser Man headed out. Great to see you on the stream. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Took getting to 1000 collection level, but finally got some good cards. Recently got Wave and Daredevil. Oh, the Wave is so good. Sonato. Chibi Morbius looks dope. What's the music, by the way? This is the Synth Wave playlist from Stream Beats, made by Harris Heller. He's intentionally made awesome music targeted at streamers, so he never copyright claims you. And you can get it for free off of his website, or you can find it on any streaming platform. Lamentis into Atalan is funny. Yeah, because then you're drawing back into the cards that you already saw. How do I feel about She-Hulk in this deck? Ooh, She-Hulk in this deck. Probably better than Atuma, honestly. You got double Shuri? If I got double Shuri, what is it gonna be? Yeah, if you have She-Hulk, it's the Venom. I've never even considered Shuri into Venom. Does it not double? Why is it not doubling? It doesn't work? Chat? Did Shuri double the Venom to 2 before he ate? So Shuri doubles before he eats, is that it?
Victory.
I like where the opponent's head was at, but it didn't work out for them. I think it just doubled into the 2, and then it ate everything there. Yeah, Shuri doubles beforehand. Yep. There we go. I feel bad for the opponent now. I was like, that's brilliant, because it's the location. Shuri's lab works that way, but Shuri does not. Right? How good is Deadpool? Deadpool is really good, Beardy Grizzly. Deadpool is one of the top cards. Yeah, Shuri doubles on the play. Can you click it? It should tell you. I could, but we were on to the next one. I think we figured it out. He probably thought it was like Hulkbuster. Yeah, I think he thought it was like Hulkbuster. Do I want the hazmat? I'll just hold the hazmat. Winky225, thank you for the follow. Works the same way, Devil Dino into Shuri's lab. Yep. Next Jones, I love you too. Glad to see you on the stream. Doubles the base power. Right. Dark Dimension. So we have Shuri. This deck adds the decision of, do you 0 Red Skull or do you Shuri Red Skull? The answer I feel like is almost always Shuri Red Skull though. Oh, this is the Agatha again. You're right. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again. Do you remember me? How can you use your tokens efficiently, Nehan? So, okay. Using tokens efficiently. You want to assemble one premier meta list out of your pool 3 spends. So like assess, just hoard your tokens until about collection level 1000. Then assess what deck you are closest to building that's at the very top of the meta. Give yourself 2 or 3 token shop purchases to perfect that list, and then just hoard the tokens. We need to be able to see the cadence of cards getting brought down into Series 3, and you want to have a big stack so that you can pick up some shiny meta-breaking item like Null later on. And then the pool 3 cards are just like really easy to collect just as you go on. Use the best card, Umbaku, please. No, not gonna do it. I don't think I will. Okay. Red Skull giving us the win at the Baxter building. Now we have to predict what Agatha is going to do. And I think it's just play Enchantress and Laugh. Yeah. And then like the zero here also. Yeah, I mean, that's the only spot that I'm scared. But I'm not really scared. They don't have Shang-Chi. They're just playing Agatha on the final turn here. Weird they added Umbaku already with only 1 card that could make you redraw cards. Yeah, I actually like Umbaku gave me the inspiration for an entire deck built around returning cards to deck, and then you have other cards with the same effect of being able to jump out of the deck, or giving you, like, if they're in the deck, give you a bonus, and then the cards that return them to the deck gain some kind of synergy of like taking on that card's power. So like you could play, I don't know, Wakandan Guard, and then Wakandan Guard takes on the power of the card it returns to the deck, and then Umbaku jumps out for free. There's like, I think there's a list there that they could make. It's just missing 11 cards. Umbaku's the first card. Was going to save your, was going to save, but then you saw Wong the next day, and then you saw Mystique. Yeah. The Siren Call, the new toys. Atuma won't die to right, correct? Yeah, if Atuma was on right, he wouldn't die. He wouldn't die even if we played multiple cards over there, is what we have found out. Honestly, don't know what deck is meta. You've watched the videos and made decks self-destroy, Devil Dino, Apocalypse discard, but don't know what cards you need to make them better. You only have the pool 2 cards. If you've only got the pool 2 cards, then definitely just hoard on your tokens for right now. Kinda give yourself more time to feel things out. This is like a really early Hazmat. With Luke Cage and Kamartaj, I think I wait. Umbaku definitely some build that helps the deck buff. There could be something there, right? You know yourself well enough that you know that you'll end up caving and to buy the Apocalypse bundle before it expires. Yeah, it seems pretty desirable. Probably the upcoming Sunspot bundle as well. You really want Null, and the bundles will get you there. Yeah, Rayman, I really want Null as well. Then the bundles do get us there. Okay, so then it's just like Sunspot and wait. It feels weird, but I think that's what we're doing. Do I know the clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger saw it's not a Tuma? It's not a Tuma? It's I'd have to hear him do it to be able to do the voice. It's not a Tuma. It's not a Tuma. Is that it? So I can just play Typhoid Mary, or I'll just play Typhoid Mary. I have Luke Cage. This is a luxury. I don't have to zero it. But then when do I play zero? I guess I wait. What's the point of Hazmat in the deck? The point of Hazmat is that I'm playing Luke Cage and Hazmat. That's it. I don't know. We're just kind of doing things, guys. You could probably trade. Well, so we played the Typhoid Mary, so then we played the Luke Cage, and then if we're playing the Luke Cage, we might as well play the Hazmat, and then it became a whole thing. And now it's going to pay off. That's the wild part. I guess I play a Tuma? Atuma's pretty good here. So is, of course, just playing 0 and getting the buff on the Sunspot of extra 3. Lets us win Baxter Building and then project more power. Project the extra 6. The question is, do we win? I feel like this is better because it also debuffs the Lizard. They flip first. Alright, here we go. Evening Teddy saw that Doctor Doom is rumored to be the Thunderbolts movie. Question to you is, which actor would I like to play him? Oh yeah, the Cosmo. I'm so disappointed. No. Cosmo shuts us down? What's the dream casting for Doctor Doom? Wow. So here's the problem. Dream casting for Doctor Doom? The list of actors that have not already in Marvel is getting shorter and shorter. Who do we want to see as Doctor Doom? Can we get Johnny Depp as a Doctor Doom? I'm gonna go Johnny Depp as Doctor Doom. Maybe a little wild, but I'd still be here for it. Hey Daddy, what do I say? Agatha decks are the best way to climb up collector levels. There, you can turn your brain off and just have the Agatha deck autopilot itself. Not Depp. People immediately hating on this idea. Listen, he doesn't just play crazy characters. He can play normal, he can play real characters. Can we have... So if you didn't like my Johnny Depp take, how about Nicolas Cage? If you didn't like my Johnny Depp take, you'll love this one. Carl Urban. Oh, that's right. It's all of Disney and Depp. You're right. We can't actually get Depp. Doom is about the presence and the voice since he's in the mask. Oh, it's Adam Driver then, right? Doom is Adam Driver. Okay, I think I found it. It's Adam Driver. Nick Cage's Ghost Rider, but that was before. That's true. Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. Let's get Adam Driver in here. I'll play the Red Skull. I don't mind if you gain the extra power. Michael Fassbender for Doom. I didn't even notice who asked the question, but you've started a firestorm here in chat. Alright, I know that they can have explosive power here, so I'm not gonna snap. Oh, there it is. John Hamm, the guy who played Riddler. Alright, alright. Can Fassbender do closer to American? Great question, Rich. Who knows? Yeah, we can't have too much crossing over with like the we have all the X-Men actors as well that like can't come back really either. I know it's in the past with Magneto, so they could make an exception. I mean, maybe. They've made some, right? What about the guy who played Gus Fring in Breaking Bad? Maybe. Maybe. You're snapping already? I don't mind too much if you snap. Newbug? Danny DeVito? Okay, guys. And at this point, we've done nothing. I can 0 Typhoid Mary? Is this really what we're about to do? I guess so. Johnny Depp's still not Hollywood friendly again. Yeah, probably not Depp. Oh, the Jaime Lannister actor. Jaime Lannister actor. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna stick with my Adam Driver. I know I waffled there for a number of different takes. I'm gonna stick with my Adam Driver as a dream casting. Laz, how's it going, man? Good to see you on the stream. Stellan Skarsgård can do anything. Yes, he can. Magic. It's like magic into Red Skull into, well, Shang-Chi already kills. Shang-Chi's great targets here. Fingers are 0. GG's live, thank you for the follow. I am athlete, thank you for the follow as well. If I Shang-Chi early, we probably get punished. So is it just Red Skull plus? No, other order. Sunspot Red Skull. This gives us the flexibility. We can Taskmaster or we can Shang-Chi. Wave. Yondu. We lose Hazmat. They flip first? Yes, they do. Okay. Where do we think that they're actually playing death? Wow. I don't know about this one, guys. I think they got us. They should have us. It's like they'd have to make a mistake, because they can just play death here, and then they're ahead at all the lanes. I can only answer with one card. And they can play multiples. Yeah, we're out. That early game just went so poorly for us.
Escaped.
So poorly. Algorn, Greenleaf, thank you for the follow. Have a great rest of the day. Have to go clean the snow off your car before it gets dark and freezes. We're hoping it will just melt, but it's on no-go. I'll see you, Rayman. Hope they have a good rest of your day, man. Glad to see you on the stream. Yeah, they could have played Death on right. Yeah, they had so many options. Mark Hamill as Doom? We could get Mark Hamill out of his pseudo-retirement. He's not really retired, right? That'd be kind of fun. Can we get, I mean, Mark Hamill's got the vocal chops. He could do it. It'd be fun seeing him play a villain as well. I know he does Joker, but... There we go. Now we got our fun pieces. I think we just keep on passing. Though I could play the Hazmat. They play first. It can be like... What was like 0 Red Skull Taskmaster? Not sure what 4 looks like. It's probably... Well, it is the Atuma. No, it's Hazmat and 0 together. Okay, here we go. Did magic hurt me there? I mean, it depends on what their draws were. If they already... Well, now we change it. It's definitely Shuri, Red Skull, Taskmaster. If they just drew into their combo at the end, then magic did hurt us. Also, we were already behind. We were just playing magic kind of to see how things played out. I would have retreated earlier. Boom. What does Atuma do? He kills himself if you have another card there. So, honestly, starting to think that She-Hulk would just be better than Atuma. If you type exclamation point and then the name of any of the cards in chat, you'll be able to get the breakdown. Maybe I should have played Red Skull. No, this is the final turn. This is where we... And you did Wave? You think you can drop enough points to be able to stop another 30 points? You can certainly try. It's not a Toma. Mark Hamill is canon in the MCU as a resident of nowhere. Oh. Is that really canon? Can we say that Doctor Doom was a resident of nowhere and then Mark Hamill comes out? I mean, he might not even want to do it, right? Who's to say? No. The Arrow. And then the She-Hulk. That hurts when your deck produces more points than their deck combined, but you don't get the Arrow keeps you from getting the flip. Just received Titania. 1/5, don't actually see any benefit to her as she switches sides. Anyone plays on the spot, Laz. So I actually do kind of like Titania. Titania, the golden situation for Titania is you play the little mini game with her so that the opponent ends up with 3 cards and Titania there. That way, on the final turn, you can swoop in, steal Titania back, and effectively they're left with only 3 cards to be able to stop what your game plan was. Yes, how original. The Arrow Deathwave list. Meanwhile, we're playing Shuri Zeros. I'll go Luke Cage. We don't have anything that combos with him right now, but at least he's out. And then it's like, we got it. We just got Shuri. If the Shuri Red Skull Taskmaster combo, if it's not stopped, it's unstoppable. Like, if they don't control us with the Arrow, and if they don't clip us with a Shang-Chi, how do you beat it? Chat, any takes? How do you beat 60 points produced in the final 3 turns? Morgan Freeman as Doctor Doom would be great. Ah. He's so old though. Like, never gonna catch me throwing any shade to Morgan Freeman. But he's old enough now that his voice starts to sound old. Josh Brolin played both Cable and Thanos. Maybe he can do Doom as well. We'll just keep him cycling through the villains. He is the MCU villain. Wong into Black Panther into Zola. That's like your, in terms of like keeping pace with the point generation, right? That's all you got. Alright, let's see what they have. Christian Bale was Gore, but he would be a good Doctor Doom. Yeah, but we spent Christian Bale on Gore. Marvel is churning through Hollywood so fast. We're not going to have good actors to play any of Wave 5. The Brolin verse. Mads Mikkelsen was already the villain in the first Doctor Strange, right? Otherwise I would have said him kind of straight out. Let's just have a movie where every character is played by Brolin. Oh no. Alright, here it comes again. You get the Magneto. So, I mean, they just get us again. If it's the Barrow list, they just play Arrow here, they pull the Taskmaster, and then they play Death to Strange Academy, and they win. Come on. Do you have it? We're gonna have to start thinking about how you counter specifically the Barrow list. I guess, I mean, it was the Sandman, right? We were playing Sandman earlier, but then we didn't hit any of these Deathwave lists. There we go. We copy the red skull. You flip arrow. Thank you. Take my cubes. Every time. Gripping gameplay. Yeah, we gotta play Sandman ourselves. I guess we do. Why is Barrow deck called Barrow? Because Arrow is Bay. Yes, it is. It's a cringy answer, but that's the answer. I don't name these guys. I think this one was... Yeah, it's because Arrow is Bay. Something to flood our board space. Something to flood our board space. I mean, we can do kind of whatever we want with our first 3 turns, right? As we are prepping for the final line. What the heck is Bay? It's like baby, but you're not in a relationship. Bay is like slang for baby. But anybody could be bae. Like, you don't have to be in a relationship to call them bae. Before anyone else. Yeah, so it's an acronym. Now we Typhoid. I have the Luke Cage, so I have the luxury of playing the Typhoid. I could also play Shuri to get a 20-point Typhoid, but I don't have the Taskmaster in hand, so I think that we just play it outright. The opponent did nothing. You're gonna play an Infinite? You just prepped an Infinite. I do have Shang-Chi, so I don't care. Now, I guess I'll Shuri? Sandman for sure would help. Honestly, we could, well, could we fit Sandman in this? The problem, we can't fit Sandman on this list because we're playing Shuri on 4. Okay. Well, that... It was cute on the opponent's side, but on turn 5, having only produced 15 points is not where you want to be. They're always going to pull you into the same sack lane that Red Skull is on, so if you Cosmo before Red Skull, all you lose is Enchantress. Okay, so we swap Atuma for Cosmo. You develop Cosmo to be able to just to lock out the arrow from pulling you into the lane with the Red Skull. Okay. That's probably the best suggestion that chat's given us. Cosmo is a good point. Then we go Luke Cage. Luke Cage doesn't care about Necrosha. I like this list. I do think the Cosmo is going to be an improvement, though. We'd have to play around it because we do have the Taskmaster that needs to be on reveal. We have the Shang-Chi, so our Cosmo could end up protecting one of their big bodies, but we just make bigger bodies. I don't have any 4s that I want zeroed out, so we'll just hold the 0. Is Absorbing Man a good buy in the shop?
Aid my hand.
So I did buy him on the last stream. You can watch the deck that we built with him if you want a second opinion, I guess. I don't know if he was actually that good. I'll go Shuri here. Get at least a little power to flip. Well, I'd still be behind, so why am I playing Shuri there? I'll play Shuri over here. It would also protect the Red Skull from Shang-Chi, right? It would protect our Red Skull, but it would potentially prevent us from using our own Shang-Chi. I think the Cosmo is an improvement, but it's just, it has some nuance to it, is what I'm trying to help people appreciate. Let's go Magic. It kind of wastes the Shuri, but we didn't have any of our setup pieces. We need to drop Atuma. Atuma's not doing it for me. Still going? Just here on the lunch break 3 hours ago, PD? We're at the very end here. You caught us at the very beginning and the very end. We're just kind of fishing for a good send-off game right now. All things I mentioned you said you didn't have, like, hold off on Absorbing Man. Yeah. We make bigger bodies sounds like a good Marshmallow slogan. It's the true American standard. We say in God we trust, but really it's we make bigger bodies. You like this deck? You have a similar build without Atuma and Shuri. Very inconsistent though. So the Shuri is popping off. The Atuma is like dead weight. Embarrassed to still have the Atuma here, honestly. Though now I'm about to play it, right? I'm about to play it. I could play I could just play this Typhoid Mary instead. Let's flex. We got the Series 4. We play the Series 4. Zero it out. And then we have Shang-Chi Taskmaster to be the final answer. No, I don't think any fan deck today. Ooh, okay. Arrow pulls us away. We're gonna have to take a running leap at Hell's Kitchen. Red Skull might be just what we need. Ugh. Red Skull, are you gonna do it for me? They have 2 cards there. That means that they're getting +4. I think the Taskmaster is actually better. Copy the Atuma. 2 power on the Sunspot. That's as best as we have. They probably still beat us. Maybe not. Rogue? And then the hammer? No, but the Mysterio gets us. We lose by the Mysterio. No, the Sunspot's too big. There it is. There it is. I was like literally a step, just like half a second ahead of the game resolving the effects. Oh, okay. This deck is really fun, guys. Alright, but I think we are going to call the stream there. Thank you everyone who came to hang out. Great way to be able to open our Monday. Stay tuned to the channel. We've released a video this morning that was a ton of fun. Getting the wife to guest star with us, teaching her Snap. If you guys support that video enough, she might have to do a stream takeover sometime. So if you ever want to see that, show that video some love, and then stay tuned to the channel. We've got a bunch of other projects coming out, and we're going to be really watching like a hawk when we get the updated developer roadmap and then the coming of the friendly matches. So a lot of fun stuff coming up and around. So until next time, thank you guys for watching.